We could play something scary for Halloween.
You're like, which Korea? Funnier. North Korea. Oh yeah. And well, I don't kind of deserve. I I do find it hilarious because the Korean word for hello is not what he expects. I'm not I'm not saying it on stream. Correct.
Oh, I know what it is.
But it's funny because they are misunderstanding what he's saying. I'm all for nuisance tourists, like people who go there intentionally to be a nuisance. Maybe deserve it, right? Yeah, this is not just Korea. If you go someplace just to be a nuisance, you have no business going there. That's not what tourism is about. Well, then he lied on his visa and he should be expelled from the country. Surprised he isn't already. Does he actually do physical violence? I thought he was just like I'm not touching you to the extreme. Oh, so you can say it was self. Either way, people like that have no business traveling. Have fun, door pants.
Joke's on him, I wasn't to begin with. Hello, everybody. How's it going? I got the tweet out some time ago. I'm actually running a little bit late here, but everything appears to be in order. I just have to grab you guys today's sauce. Them spooky, scary skeletons. Hello, Scratch. Hello, everybody. How's it going? Thank you guys for being with me here this Halloween. Okay. That's... Oops. I feel like this happens to me all the time now. Here we go. Now you guys don't see the inner guts. Here is today's sauce. Go give the artist some love. Mine's a different version. You're damn right. But yeah, so today is obviously Halloween. I didn't really have anything Halloween planned for today, which is unfortunate because normally I do. I can basically just trump that up to like just a lot of like crap going on in my life right now. It's been difficult to make any sort of plans, so that's been kind of my issue as the last couple weeks have been pretty hectic. But I'd still like I still want to like maintain the consistency in streaming even if I don't have very much to do. So it's like I know we don't have a whole lot in FGO. There's not really much happening. You know, on screen you guys can basically see all that's happening at the current moment in time, which is that we have the pre-release campaign for the Fairy Night Cup, and we're going to be headed into NA's upcoming lotto. There's still the question on JP of what's next over there. We don't know when we're going to be getting a lotto on their end and stuff like that. So everything's just still kind of up in the air for them, but they still have like another week left in their event. NA, on the other hand, NA's event is wrapping up, I think, literally here in a couple hours. And then we are going to be, you know, full sail ahead straight to the lotto. I do expect the lotto will at least have people back for like, you know, the first day and stuff as people are like, oh, what do I do? Again, we have the event guide out for that. If you guys haven't checked it out, feel free to go check out the YouTube video on it. Feel free to go check out the spreadsheet that Avalon made. But yeah, it's a relatively dead time in FGO right now. I think out there in the world, we have the American elections coming up. You guys know I don't like to get political on the channel as much as possible, so I will ask you guys to, again, as usual, just keep things chill. Try to leave that stuff out of the channel whenever possible. But we also had the release of, I guess, Veilguard today, which is the new Dragon Age game. I haven't really looked at it. I glanced at it here quickly on Steam right ahead of time. Apparently, it's mostly positive right now with about 76%, which is okay. That's not bad. That's not great. It's passable. Again, like, yeah, the writing is painful, actually painful. So I don't know how to feel about it, because like I've seen mixed things. I've seen people saying, "Oh, the writing's actually really good. It's the combat that sucks." And I've seen people say, "Oh, it's the combat is actually really good, and it's the writing that sucks." I'm not really sure what to believe. I'm just going to assume it's one of those like polarizing sort of middle of the road type games where people are going to feel strongly about it one way or the other. And the reality is it's just kind of probably mid. For me, I've played all the Dragon Age variants before this one. I'm still unsure that I actually wish to get this one. I may try to see if I can get a key for it at some point, but yeah, it really doesn't entice me like the other ones did. Pulled Jalter today. She's finally home. Congrats. We do have the Wilds beta tonight at like 11 p.m. Eastern, so I won't be able to play with you guys on stream, but we will play it tomorrow with you guys, so I'm looking forward to that. Hopefully we get at least some, some new content. But yeah. Isn't Gouda next for Jalter? Or sorry, isn't Gouda next for JP after we got Road to 7 or Road to 6 Part 2 soonish? We don't know. There's been no confirmation, right? It's entirely possible we don't get a Gouda this year on JP, so it just is what it is. IGN gave it a 9, so I expect garbage. So that tells me two things, and you guys can take it as you will, but that tells me that the game probably does have its issues, and that BioWare / Electronic Arts did not pay IGN enough to give it a 10. And what do I mean when I say that? I really legitimately mean exactly that. If you're going to get a 10 out of anybody, it's going to be IGN, because you paid for it, because they are absolutely bought and paid for. They'll claim they're not. They'll say, "Oh, you have no idea how this works." Yeah, I just call bullshit. It is what it is. Because I cannot. Most of the professional review sites, I cannot take seriously anymore. I have seen them render such impossible ratings for certain games that I just go like, nah, you have to actually just be either entirely agenda driven or bought and paid for. And I'm gonna say this, the lesser of the two to me is at least like being bought and paid for. Then I can just say like, okay, well, you're corrupt, so it is what it is, rather than like, you can't actually believe like what you're writing if you're agenda driven in that regard. So it's one of those things where like, I don't expect this game to be very popular. We'll see. But so far, like, all the news I've seen over the past couple days is, yeah, I mean, it's basically just whatchamacallit, Monster Hunter stuff. So that's kind of what I'm expecting out of most people for now. Monthly tickets in 40 minutes. Yeah, make sure you guys do everything that you need to for like your monthly shop and stuff. Also, it is daylight savings time for us here in America, so I believe Sunday or Saturday night going into Sunday, we're going to be gaining an hour, which is definitely very nice. Let me see. Yeah, there's just that. Rare prisms. Well, I guess I can buy a bond grail. I don't really need to in either way. Cad, don't you dare for Dragon Age? Oh no, listen, like I said, if I can get a key, that's one thing, but I'm probably not paying for that crap on my end. They're gonna really have to try to get me to play this one, because I'm sorry, but my biggest issue with it is the gameplay just looks like total ass to me. Like, have you guys ever seen the clips of like Asmongold sitting there like calling a game mid, and you look at it, it's like the game's not really mid, right? It's just not the most amazing thing ever. It's like, oh, it'll be like a 9 out of 10 game and he'll call it mid. That's one thing. I'm saying this game looks like it is like a legit like 6 out of 10 gameplay wise. That's the problem I'm having with it. Is like it just looks very on rails and forced. The gameplay is indeed awful. Yeah, it does not look like you really have any agency or fun with it anymore. I don't know what crawled up EA's ass in that regard, but there's just something where it's like they refuse to allow an actual RPG. Like, I'm gonna say this. If you're a developer that's working for BioWare, I feel bad for you. And I not in the like oh man, like I pity you, you're such a terrible human. No, like I feel bad for them that they are forced to work on this slop rather than actually like make a game that could be, again, game of the year. Like Veilguard will not win game of the year. In spite of their probable hopes that it probably would, right? But no, like I think they're going to be kicking themselves. They look back, they look at like Baldur's Gate 3, and they go, "Holy shit, that could have been us. We could have made that." And then simultaneously, what if our new Dragon Age game had been in the same style as Baldur's Gate? We as well could have been in the running for Game of the Year this year. So I think they're going to be screwed by that. EA forced out all my favorite devs at BioWare. Yeah, it's the same like issue that I was talking about yesterday. It's like they finally fired earlier in the year. They finally fired the last two actual like golden age of BioWare writers. The last people that were there when Baldur's Gate was still a thing and when Dragon Age was originally written. So that means that none of the writers from henceforth, none of the writers that will work on Dragon Age were there when the IP was created. Therefore, they have no more IP control. They none of the people know why things were the way that they were, why things were set in stone as like that design choice and that like that story element and that sort of thing. So it's like that's insanely bad for writing your story. I'm not going to say that somebody can't pick it up and figure it out. They probably can, but it's odds are against it, right? Like usually the people that are going to come in after the fact are just at best going to be able to do an okay job. I guess it'd be Wukong as game of the year. Yeah, it very well might be. Like, I don't know because it's a foreign game, and foreign games often have a hard time winning American Game of the Year awards. Hear me out, okay? Because I'm sure you're all going to be like, but Cad, if you are a studio that has a lot of clout, so for instance, FromSoft, look how long it took FromSoft to actually win Game of the Year. And you realize, like, okay, yeah, it took them that long before they rose to the point of actual, like, popular consciousness where they could be awarded Game of the Year. So it either takes that or it usually takes money and glad handing. And I'm not going to say that the Wukong studio can't do that. They can. It's just I suspect highly that somehow it'll get jobbed. Like, something else will end up overtaking it. Like, for instance, let's say Helldivers were to take it. Nobody's going to be able to make a very good argument for why Helldivers shouldn't get it. It's just going to be, you're going to be like, man, I really feel like Wukong got robbed, right? Like, that's all it'll really be. People will be able to sit there and be like, oh, well, Helldivers had those fiascos and stuff like that. I'm like, yeah, but they've largely corrected that, and the game is, again, getting popular again. So it's like, I don't know, right? I just assume at this point that that something like that probably won't win. But CAD, JRPG got Game of the Year. Yeah. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth will win? I don't know. I don't know that Rebirth will, because I hate to say it, but Rebirth was another polarizing game. You either loved it or you hated it, and I've heard from plenty of people that just did not like it. Like, they didn't like the story changes. I think people like the gameplay of it, but I don't think people are willing to give it that pass, you know? Morgan on reset? Yeah. How's your day been? My day's been pretty good, actually. Metaphor has a good chance. I wouldn't say Metaphor has a good chance. Same reason. It's like, it's a foreign game. It doesn't have the same popularity pull. Don't get me wrong. It's by Atlas. They made the Persona series that is widely popular. But, like, yeah, I get the feeling in the same way that, like, for instance, FromSoft made Armored Core 6. Did Armored Core 6 win Game of the Year? No. And I told you guys it probably wouldn't. And the reason why, it was just kind of more of a niche title. So I saw a lot of people that looked at like Baldur's Gate 3 last year and they thought there's no way it'll win. It's a sort of turn-based strategy RPG. It's like there's just no way it's going to win, right? Wrong. If you knew anything about Baldur's Gate, you would have known that Baldur's Gate has an insanely big community. And the reason why is because it's tied to D&D. And D&D itself just has a huge community overall. So that meant that it had the star power to actually hit it. Versus if I look at something like an Atlas game, it's not that they're not popular, it's just that they're more niche titles and they don't have as big of a fandom. So could it win? It could. I do think it would be potentially deserving. Will it? I doubt it. I think that's a dark horse for it. That's something that stands a chance, but it would have to really like upend the order of things. 6 was never going to win. Yeah, I agree. And that's what I was trying to tell people, and I got told I was crazy a couple of times. And I was like, well, it is what it is. We'll see if I'm right. That would be like if a Gundam game won Game of the Year, it would come out of nowhere. Right. But I will say this. I do think Game of the Year this year is very much up for grabs. You play Monster Hunter Beta? I'll play it tomorrow with you guys on stream because it's not coming out until 11 Eastern. So, like, quite literally when I end stream normally is when it's coming out. And unfortunately, I must work tomorrow. I guess I could take a day off if I really wanted, but it's not worth it. If we count remakes, I wouldn't. And the only reason why something like 7 Rebirth will even get considered is because it's technically not a remake. And I'm going to be real with you guys. I think that's the whole reason why they did it. Straight up. I think the whole reason they made the changes was for critical acclaim. Not because they actually thought that it would play well with the community. Cad can't stay out late trick-or-treating. That's correct. I can't. I'm sorry. No one's talking about the return of Vanillaware with their new game this year. Wait, which game? Do you take days off to do the lotto? No. No, because I'm somebody that I can farm at work due to my desk job, so it's not like the end of the world. Plus, and I hate to say this, chat, I don't need to do that many boxes this lotto, and I basically, even in the past, because lotto grinding has become so much more efficient over the years, I usually just lotto grind on stream with you guys, so. Unicorn Overlord? The reason why I suspect on that one burning is because... Wait. Hold on. Unicorn Overlord. That already came out, right? Yeah, the beta is available to download. Bob told me it has a pretty hefty shader cache, so adjust accordingly. May also want to update your drivers. That might help. January, yeah. I was gonna say, like, I think the reason nobody's really talking about it is because from what I remember about hearing about that game was that it was okay. Like, I think the people that played it really liked it, and then there were a contingent of people that I did see grumbling, and then a lot of people just didn't play it. So the problem with that sort of thing is going to be that it's just going to be too niche. It's the same argument as like Armored Core 6. It's like, it's not that it's not a good game, it's that it's too niche to win Game of the Year. Is it not around 90 on Metacritic? Yeah. I think it is a well-scoring game. During the open beta, so that's nice. Yeah. How long does the open beta last? Like, how many days do we have? Because nothing else, I do want to get the character created. But can Persona 3 Reload win Game of the Year? No. Listen, Chad, I'm just being real with you. The answer is no. Like, I'm actively entertaining what you guys are spitballing here, but no, some of these games cannot win Game of the Year. Like, it is nothing against them as a game. It is everything against, like, how popular they are. Unfortunately, with Game of the Year, there is an element of popularity contest surrounding it. So that is going to be a huge issue, no matter what. Your game needs to not just be good, it needs to be very popular. I don't want any more remakes winning Game of the Year. To be fair, we haven't really had a remake win Game of the Year. At least not in my recent memory. Pal World could have a pretty good chance this year. That'd be interesting. Like, I have not heard that Pal World has been that popular down the stretch, but it may be, right? I'm not somebody that's like super in touch with like the Pokemon community and stuff like that. So it's entirely possible that that is the case. I know Trubs has been playing it on the side. I don't know of anyone besides Trubs that has been playing it again. ZZZ winning would be a slap in the face, even if it's a nice game. I'm gonna say this. I think they really should. Like I'm okay if like ZZZ wins Mobile Game of the Year. Will it? Yeah, it probably will. Should it win anything else? No, it shouldn't. I'm sorry. Listen. People can sit there and they can absolutely just wax philosophic about how great the MiHoYo games are. But ultimately, at the end of the day, the MiHoYo games are just redundant grind fests, and that will never change. And so it's like, I get it. I understand why people want it to be good, but it's not nearly as robust as some other games. Don't get me wrong. It's more robust than some of the other bad games that are out there, but it's not as robust as like a Game of the Year should be. Power World has those fun lawsuits to deal with at the moment. Yeah. The usual survival crafting, whatever thing, it surges each time when there's new content that peters out to a stable number. Yeah, and that's usual of those types of games. I'd rather WoW in mobile game. That'd be an interesting one. I am curious to see, like, out of the two, which will win it. Unfortunately, and I hate to say this, CZ, I think we can all agree it's going to be ZZZ over WoW. Purely because MiHoYo just has their claws into whatever his fucking face is, Jeff Keighley. So like it's one of those deals where MiHoYo has been doing it and been participating in the Game Awards for years, and they'll just get the nod because of it. Might not be a good idea to put them on Nintendo's bad side. You're not wrong. So, like, I don't know. Will Pal World even be considered for Game of the Year? That, I suspect the answer will be no. It will not be listed as one of the nominees, is what I suspect. If you ever make a game, don't have an orb thrown to capture the thing, just don't call it an orb, call it a sphere. It's all about your terminology, chat. Would anyone be surprised if Paper Mario Remake wins Game of the Year? Yes, I think everyone would be surprised. Imagine Pal World loses the lawsuit but still wins Game of the Year. I don't think that would happen. Like I said, I suspect that just like other people said, it's Pal World's very likely to get stiffed. In the same way, and I hate to say this, chat, but it is the case. You guys remember when Scarlet and Violet came out? It was not nominated for like any awards in the Game Awards. So like, I have a strong suspicion that they're just gonna leave it off. Hey, that they're actually patent trolling? Yeah. ZZZ, people need it for their free unit. You're not wrong. That's because it was bad. I mean, listen. Didn't they block Hogwarts Legacy because they hate J.K. Rowling last year? Yeah, they got in a little bit of trouble over that, but not very much. It was just, and it wasn't last year, was it? It was 2 years ago. I don't remember, but yeah, they got in quite a bit of trouble, at least amongst a vocal part of the community. But like nobody that actually mattered actually seemed to give a shit. So. Didn't Scarlet and Violet have bugs and whatnot for a while? Well, what really happened there is I think Scarlet and Violet released in like October or something like that, and it was right where the cutoff for consideration for the Game Awards is. So that was the issue, which is actually one of the things that'll probably hurt Veilguard. There is both recency bias, but also like a recency penalty in the Game Awards, where if you're somebody that releases too close to the cutoff, you either might not be considered at all, or you just might be too new for them to actually like award you anything. And an example of this was like, if you guys remember, I think it happened with the Spider-Man game that came out as well, where like it was nominated for a whole bunch of shit, but it didn't win any of it. And was the game actually bad? No, it was not bad. It was an interesting game, but like, it definitely was one of those deals where it felt like it at least got somewhat snubbed. And I'm not saying, because like I remember there were people that were like unhinged, being like, "Oh, this should win Game of the Year. Why didn't it?" But like, should it have won some award? Yeah, probably. Right? Like, I think giving it none when it was nominated for like, I think it was like 15 awards or some crap like that, and you win none of them, it's like, that's pretty bad if you're good enough to be nominated for that much, but don't win any of it. They were losing their stuff? Yeah. 7 nominations, 0 wins. Armored Core 6, 1 nomination, 1 win, easy. Yeah. But no, I mean, that's the Game Awards have always been weird about that sort of stuff. So to me, with that sort of thing, you just need to start considering what's the most popular, what are the biggest hits this year. That's why I'm saying like Helldivers is going to really be in the running. Yeah, you're probably going to see something like Metaphor in there, maybe even a Pal World. We'll see on that. I don't know, like maybe Call of Duty might end up making it in again, but usually Call of Duty gets snubbed because it's just yet again the newest Call of Duty. Oh, right, what's this? Yeah, I saw this. And people are going to be like, oh, see, this is proof. Eastern developers don't make pretty women either. And it's like, no, it's pretty clear. It's like you look at these women and are like, oh, they actually look pretty gorgeous. And instead what's happening is it's like the character is like bracing kind of, right, as they have the shield up in front of them. Because this is you literally like blocking with the shield. So yeah, it's a funny meme, but I'm sure some people are going to take that out of context. COD is just an endless reskin. Yeah, in the same way that like a lot of the Assassin's Creeds were for a while as well. So I don't expect something like that should win any Game of the Year award. In the same way that like, chat, none of the sports games should either. I'm sorry. Like, supposed to be fixed for tonight. I mean, that'd be nice, right? But my FIFA, yeah, like, don't get me wrong, is FIFA a bad game? No. I mean, like, if you enjoy playing it, who's to say it's not your game of the year, right? But should it actively, like, take the place of companies that are trying to create a brand new game from scratch every year? No, I don't think it should. Because it's like, you literally just take everything that you had in the prior game, spruce it up a little bit, maybe add a feature or two, and then load in the new rosters. Boom, you're done. Like, I'm sure there's more to it than that, but it really does feel like that is the issue at play with it. Like, just from year to year. It's EAFC now. Yeah, because they can't call it FIFA, right? They lost the rights. Spider-Man was just a bad game. See, I don't think Spider-Man was a bad game. I just think that Spider-Man largely like built off its predecessor in the same way. I'm playing Starfield right now as a game of the year. Heck no. Am I having fun? Yes. Yeah, like, I really hope they get to work on Starfield and they do some more improvements. I don't think Starfield was a perfect game by any stretch of the imagination, but I do think that they could have done better. However, I also don't think Starfield deserved all the vitriol that it got from the internet community. I think they were right to be critical of it, but there were people that just like had a vendetta from it from like before it was even launched. So I don't really get those people. Like, you guys know, like, do I like EA? No. Do I like, you know, some of these other companies that feel like they're just milking their franchise at the expense of the consumer over and over again? No, I really don't. Is that going to make me, you know, like, swear them off and I'll never buy their game ever again? No. I reserve the right as the consumer to say, hey, did that developer finally turn things around and make an actual good quality product? Well, fuck it, then I'll buy it, right? I think that's the best part of consumerism is you need to vote with your wallet, right? Like, you need to go, okay, they actually made a good thing. Here, take my money. And when the thing is bad, you go, I'm not paying for that shit. Screw it, I'm not buying it at either full price or at all, right? Like, and that choice is yours. But to me, it's like, yeah, I choose to reward developers that do things that I like and not reward developers that do things I don't like. For instance, look at Dragon Age here. Will I play it if I get a key from the developer? Yes. Will I pay for the game? No. It just unfortunately is the way it is. I don't agree with their approach. I don't like what they're doing. So why would I pay for it? And that's the easiest way to make my voice heard. Make something I like or I'm not paying for it. End of story. And if they continue to make stuff that I don't like, then I just continue to not get it. And it's like, well, it's a shame, but it is what it is. It's that simple. Again, chat, you have 4 hours to complete the event. Make sure you get to the 500 accomplished missions up there. But other than that, yeah, I don't really have anything else. Let me let me spend my event shop here. Let's see, what do we got? Saber Monument. I think it's gonna be Custa. And then we have a whole heap big amount of bronze. And I will use that to get an equal amount. We have 1409 Lancer and caster pieces. I can't get them all, but I can divvy it up evenly. Oh wow, I'm at 19 on that. Can I beat the whole event and clear the shop if I go ham starting now, but have only cleared enough to get the CEs so far? I'll be honest with you, like, yeah, you might be able to, but there's only 4 hours, and there's a finite amount of runs you can do in 4 hours, so it's actually not probably possible. Open beta in Sunday at 10 p.m. Eastern. Okay. Is that adjusted for daylight savings time, Jay? Have you consulted the heavens? Yep, okay. just making sure. Yeah, it's one of those deals where it's like I have to be suspect of any time that gets dropped right now prior to the time change, because it's like, yeah, you never know. Somebody might have just totally forgotten, but nah, it's fine. Like I said, I'll probably play it with you guys Friday. I'm not anticipating that I'm gonna need more than Friday, right? Chat. Let me give you another example. Make something I like. Is Wild something I like? Well, I've not been the biggest fan of Monster Hunter over the years, but I have come into it and enjoyed playing it here over the last year. And looking at Wild seems like it's improving literally every part of Monster Hunter's formula so far. So am I going to get it? Fuck yes, I'm going to get it. The only reason I haven't pre-ordered it is the same exact thing, where I'm just hoping to get a key. But otherwise, hell yeah, I'm really excited for Wilds, and I hope that it turns out great. And the whole reason that they have earned that excitement is because they have continued to make and improve upon their product over the years. Whereas with other developers, you go like, oh my god, that was just hot garbage, and not only is it left in a garbage state, but they just release more of the same garbage. So yeah, no, I'm all for it, and I'm all for supporting the companies that actually do the things that I want. Doing 90++ and trying my fastest 3 turn runs, if that helps. Yeah, I mean, my advice to you, Canadian, is just like keep popping apples and get like whatever the hell you can out of the event. Like it's worth it for nothing else. Even if you can't complete the event in its entirety, getting everything you can get is still worth. So that would be my advice: is keep going for it. Villa night. I've got a nice little asterisk mentioning it and everything. Yeah. Until Grail casting, etc. is available again. Yeah, let me go check that on an A here real fast. I think I did my Grail casting on an A, but I did want to double check that. I know I did it on JP. But I can get my Grail casting done in 7 minutes on an A if I have to. I have that many coins just hoarded. I need to probably start actually rolling out my FP on an A, because I will eventually run out of coins. Nearly forgot my Grail casting? Yeah, you might want to get on that. There's not a lot of time left. Available 0 times. 5 minutes left. Oh boy. Just did. Nice. Yeah, so like I'm excited for Wilds. I did see some content creators already had the ability to use it. I really would like to get like to be part of Capcom's content creator program, because so far, like the past couple of years here, Capcom's just popping off. They just have good quality products, and that's like I appreciate that so much from a gamer standpoint. It's nice that like it felt like for a while there in the past couple of years that there was just like times where you could trust no developer. And now it feels like, yeah, there's in the past like year or two here, we now have kind of a showing of like maybe 2 or 3 developers that they're just solid. Everything they make is quality enough, and if it does have an issue, it's quickly corrected. As opposed to like, oh, it just lingers, or oh, the product keeps getting released broken, or oh, it's just bad games left and right. So I have enjoyed the fact of seeing kind of more trustworthy developers kind of reinvent themselves and rise to prominence. Tried Gunlance finally. Nice. Gonna have to roll FP again on JP. Yeah, I probably need to before the lotto comes out on an A, make sure I get my grail casting done on JP, because that's something I don't want to have to do in the middle of a lotto, and I don't want to leave it till the end of the month. Tried like half the weapons. That's the only one I didn't enjoy was longsword, and that was a pure skill issue. Longsword is like, I get it. It's just really clunky to me. It's not that I couldn't play longsword, but yes, I do feel like I would just get absolutely like bullied half the time playing it. I'm sure the more you play it, just like with anything, the more you're going to learn it and the more you're going to feel comfortable with it. But yeah, for me, something like longsword, I'd be having to force myself to play it. It's funny because I did go back and try hunting horn in World, and I understood it a lot more having played hunting horn in Rise. But there's still some shit that I didn't understand about it. So I'm not sure if I'll be playing hunting horn again in Rise. I may go back to two-hand bonk and just run around with my hammer doing hammer things. I've always enjoyed Hammer's gameplay. It's just very mobile, very fun. I love flipping through the air and just like bashing people's skulls in. So Weebsite / etc. Yeah, I probably should get used to doing something like Greatsword as well. But Greatsword, the wind up move on Greatsword trips me up a lot. It's just difficult to seemingly get it to trigger. Like, I think one of the reasons that I love Hammer is Hammer to me is just like, it's so simplistic. You know everything you need to do. And the only issue is like committing to like a big bang before you just like get the chance to finish it, because the enemy just does something. But it always has felt really, really fun to play in that regard. Living in a lonely world. Going anywhere. Hammer is good fun, neat little grapple move to yank you closer to maintain charge for bonk. Yeah, I saw that they kind of added that, which is interesting. Wait, so when you're talking about you tried out half the weapons, you're not talking about in the current beta, are you? Love the swag axe, yeah. It's interesting to see how like people have developed their own favorites over time. I saw people raving about the insect glaive, so apparently that's quote unquote back. Played the PS Plus a bit. I got you, yeah. So I don't have PlayStation Plus, so I can't. I forgot it came out early for PlayStation Plus people. As an Insect Glaive main, it makes me happy. Good. Like, I hope so, right? Like, I hope that every single weapon is improved in general. Like, for instance, I think Hunting Horn just needs to be more simple to play. Like, I see everybody be like, oh, bro, like, man, Charge Blade, it requires the most skill to play. And I'm like, yeah? Why do I see way more Charge Blade players than I see fucking Hunting Horn players? Why is that? Huh. Is it a skill issue? It might be, but it also just might be that players don't like the weapon. Maybe they don't feel like the weapon deals enough damage, or again, maybe they just have their own skill issue and are unwilling to admit it. So it's like, I'm okay with it, but I've always found that really funny that everybody tries to declare Charge Blade to be the most skill intense, and yet nobody plays Hunting Horn. So I'm like, that's really odd to me. And from playing Hunting Horn, I can definitely say that one, yeah, there is a huge like learning curve to it, but two, it's an extremely rewarding weapon, and it does good damage and good stagger damage. Like, in theory, if you have a Hunting Horn, you don't need a hammer in the party. Like, the Hunting Horn can just sit there and knock people out over and over again. No one likes to be the Bard and Monster Hunter? Yeah. Just a support weapon? Yep. He loves the Wild Lance now that he adjusted. Yeah, see, Lance to me, out of all of them, I would love to adjust and learn how to like do all the blocks and stuff. But Lance to me does seem like it's actually just the most boring. Part of that's because like its moveset is literally just like forward poke, forward poke, forward poke. And like that's really all it feels like you do. In that regard, I feel like Gun Lance is just flat out better Lance. It's fun Lance, right? Like it's more dynamic, but we'll see. I'm curious to see what they've done with it in the like most recent game here. Oonga Boonga is strong in both bladed and hammer forms. Yep. Well, one of the things I love about hammer is just its mobility. Like, it's really fun to just like be jumping all around and spinning all around constantly. So it's like, it's one of the things I just love about hammer. It gets annoying if you get interrupted, but honestly, having played other weapons, it's almost like it's the least annoying on hammer. Hammer just is like, oh, you interrupted me. Oh, well, I'm gonna do it again. And one of the things I probably do need to try is one of the ranged weapons, because I have never used them. To me, it's almost like playing like Magic and Dark Souls, where it's like, if you do it, it almost feels like you're playing it on easy mode, because you just sit there and you just keep running away from the enemy. But I do understand to a degree. Like, it's certainly not the case with enemies that are highly mobile and can pounce on you from like all the way across the room. So I'm sure there's still like skill component to it and everything like that. I just haven't given it the proper chance. Come the terrible LS user? Wait. You mean longbow user? Bow plays like a shotgunner. Yeah, that's what I've seen from bow, right? Rather than bow gun. Oh, longsword. Longsword. I don't mind like getting interrupted by longsword a little bit, unless like the longsword user. So for instance, I had this issue happen a couple times in our hunting group where like I'd be sitting there bonking the head and the longsword user would run up and start interrupting me. And I'm like, bro, just go to another part of the freaking dude. Like, I get it, but that's also why like I just started to run flinch free so that sort of thing wouldn't happen. +2 grails, damn. I can't believe it took you 4 minutes to make 2 grails. I'm just kidding. Actually, you know, now that we're done with AP here on an A, I need to go check that and see, like, just how much do I have? Because, like, I'm not even sure. How much am I sitting on at the moment? Wait, what did I go into? I went into Noble Phantasm. Whoops. So I currently have 7. Which is it's 10 from level 100 to 120. So oh, I can't quite finish her. Well, hold on. She's already up to 102, so I only need 9 for her. So yeah, I'll be able to finish MHX with this month's Grail casting, which is perfect because that's perfect time for the lotto. So that means I can just use MHX as the trash compactor on level 3 and then just dump everything into her and just basically just flood her and try to get her up to full. Wee. No, can't burn those. Wee. Starfield is so bugged. I'm on a radioactive planet. I plop down an airlock and step through it. No building on the other side. Radiation is gone. That's fucking funny. Yeah, that should not be the case, but I applaud them for taking the risk with Starfield. It really feels like if they give that game and they bake it a lot more, that game can be something that is just truly amazing, right? But I don't really feel like they did everything they set out to do with that game. It feels like they just missed their mark in so many ways in Starfield. And I like Starfield. I've probably played Starfield more than most people in chat. Like, for instance, let me double check here because I should have my playtime on here. Yeah, so I've played Starfield for 164 hours, right? Like, I got some pretty decent time out of it. I haven't been back to play the new Shattered Space expansion, but this is also just a case of, frankly speaking, they have not added enough to the game to bring me back yet. There's still things that I need them to actually fix. Like, and from there, I'm hoping that when they fix it, the modding community as well at that point will have been robust enough. So we now have the modding tools out. We now have people having the capacity to actually do more with the game. So I'm hoping that when I come back to the game, probably sometime next year, it will be robust enough that it'll be like, this feels like a largely different game now. Will it fix every issue? No, I don't expect it to. But my hope is that they actually do give it, enough. That's 160 more hours than me. Oh, I know. Most people didn't give Starfield like more than like 2 or 3 hours. And I'm like, I saw a lot of the discourse on Starfield being like, how long do you have to give a game before you know it's shit? And I'm like, bro, you didn't even make it out of the fucking like intro. So how long do you have to give a game before you know it's shit? You don't have to give a game any amount of time. But I'm going to give you shit if you judge a game purely by its intro. If you don't complete the freaking intro, damn, you must be an idiot, is kind of how I look at that sort of stuff, right? So it's like, I'm sorry, but like to me, no, it's literally like, hey, so for instance, chat, what if we judged Monster Hunter Wilds purely by this upcoming beta here that is going to give us access to fight 2 monsters? For all you know, the other 60 monsters in the game are broken. So it's like, you can't judge it based purely off of a small early slice of the game. Games are often at their worst in the early portion. Now, I will say this. Should the game try to grip you and be engaging from the get-go? Yes. And I do believe they failed at that for the most part. So I do still put some of the burden on them, but no, people had it out for the game from day one. So, well, from before day one, but Probably a lot of Star Citizen players trying to cope their game is still not out after being out for the last 12 years. Yeah, I mean, I think that's a different story, right? Like, it's another thing when your game still hasn't released after 12 years of development. I think that's a problem in and of itself. Don't get me wrong. Starfield was in the oven for a long time, supposedly. So is it an issue? Yeah. Is it something that you should be critical of? Yeah. Does that mean the game is trash? Well, no, you never know. Like, a game could be in development for 12 years and then come out and be amazing. Is it likely to be? I'd say probably not, but it certainly could, right? So, yeah, I don't know, right? You don't judge the book by its cover is basically the general gist of this sort of thing. CZ, thank you for the resub. Appreciate it, my man. Again, I hope you're having a good one. Gotta have them fancy grails. New Dragon Age failed at that. I'm gonna be real with you. The new Dragon Age failed from the very second they released their first trailer for it. No, that's not even correct. I'm sorry, but Dragon Age failed when its alpha footage got leaked. So I don't know if you guys remember, but sometime last year, they leaked some of the alpha footage of the game, and it became apparent that the gameplay style they were going for was like the canned actiony, like God of War style, which God of War does it amazingly well. God of War is a very fun game to play. I would have never said that about an RPG, though. God of War is not an RPG. God of War is an action-adventure game. Taking Dragon Age and trying to fit it into an action-adventure game just makes it feel like shit. You cannot take an RPG and scope it down. You're taking something that is a broad, open, diverse world, and you're smushing it into I press X and I press Y. It's not going to work. That Cuphead intro was so hard. Look, I'll say this. Was the Cuphead intro hard? Yes. Was it as hard as that one reviewer made it out to be? No. Was the Cuphead intro impossible to complete? No. However, if you can't complete the intro, perhaps in the same vein, you should not render judgment upon the game and should instead just go, you know what? This isn't for me. This isn't my type of game. Let's get somebody else to review this. Wild, right? Star Citizen is buggy as hell, but is looking good. I see, like, Star Citizen is just a meme to me. I feel like I remember like Zephyr played it and he showed it to us one time. I'm sure it exists. I'm sure it has fantastic gameplay. I cannot believe that that's a thing. But I did see a meme the other day of someone being like, babe, you withdrew $15,000 from your account. Is this what I think it is? And it's like a girl getting excited because she thinks it's a wedding ring that the guy's purchasing. And then like the next slide is like the $15,000 support package for Star Citizen development. And somebody in the comments responded to it and said, it's a better investment anyways. Marriages end all the time, but Star Citizen development is forever. And I was like, fuck, he's right. Like it's really bad when your own community is just making fun of you and how long your development is taking. Someday chat's grandkids will play the release, right? I shit you not, SpaceX will probably have a working like starfighter before that game's development ends. For whatever reason, every installment they have steered away from the CRPG elements for Dragon Age. It started with, I don't know why. Yeah, Peaceful. I was actually just thinking that earlier today when I was reading some of the news about the release, because I was like, it's wild to me where they started, which was that it was a top-down CRPG-esque game. If you guys don't know what a CRPG is, usually it's like CRPG just stands for, I think, like computer RPG. But it's usually used in the term of like essentially your old school style, like turn-based RPGs. Okay? They're usually isometric view, so they're kind of top-down or slightly angled. And you're just kind of moving around this like 2D or even like 2.5D or even 3D map, right? And that's where they started. Last year's game of the year was won by a CRPG in a like wild, turn of fate there, where Baldur's Gate 3 just became super popular, right? I cannot imagine being BioWare and thinking like, my God, we could have been either the people that made Baldur's Gate 3 and won the game of the year ourselves because it went to Larian after BioWare didn't want to make it anymore, or we could have developed the next spiritual successor to it. We could have made Dragon Age into the mold that Baldur's Gate was supposed to fill. And I heard someone say this, that like the reason for the success of Baldur's Gate 3, so this is something that just, it has to stick in the craw of all the old BioWare devs, right? Because the statement that I heard last year about Baldur's Gate 3 was this: Baldur's Gate 3 was going to win Game of the Year because it filled the niche that Dragon Age created. Sorry, not created, but had been holding. Okay? And I want you to think about that. For starters, that's ass backwards. But secondly, it's really freaking funny because it does mean that there was demand for them to keep making games like Dragon Age Origins. And they didn't. And the fact that not only did they not, but that EA and its like board can't recognize that was the miss. That has continued to be the miss for all of Dragon Age is like so wild to me. And I've said it before, I'll say it again. Veilguard is going to make them money. It is going to be, quote, commercially a success. It is a drop in the bucket compared to how popular it would have been had they actually gone the other way with it. It's just going to be yet another like action RPG for people. But had they gone the other way, this thing could have been a diamond in the rough. I'm pretty sure more than a few former BioWare devs went to work for Larian. Probably. Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it in the slightest. And I did see, like, I think it was earlier in the year when BioWare was cutting some of the developers, that Larian did reach out and say, like, hey, by the way, we have some open jobs. So, like, yeah, I'm sorry. It's just, it's sad and pathetic that the state that BioWare has been in. I don't really want, like, BioWare to close, but I can't say it's not deserved if it does go under because of something like this, so we'll see. But like I said, I don't expect that it will, because I suspect that Veilguard's going to be just successful enough to let them limp on. Ashes of Creation 10 years into Phase 1 Alpha. Yeah, I heard they were just recently doing like a beta or something because AP plays that. Yeah, Dragon Age is supposed to be the spiritual successor. Because basically, and I don't remember the exact way that it happened, but yeah, they lost the ability to make Baldur's Gate. And when they lost that, they were like, well, fuck it, we're gonna make our own Baldur's Gate with blackjack and hookers, and that's where Dragon Age came from. And ironically enough, it did have hookers. So, like, it's really interesting to see that they had a winning idea with Origins, and they fucked it. Not once, but twice. And now 3 times. Like, it is what it is. I'm sure people like Dragon Age 2 and Dragon Age 3. I myself have played them. I enjoyed them, at least to the extent that their story was okay. But the gameplay for 2 and 3 is just, to me, not that good. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying Origins has the best gameplay ever. In fact, Baldur's Gate 3 blows Origins gameplay out of the water. But with how old Origins is, yeah, I mean, imagine if they had continued down that route and they had continued to develop that CRPG structure and actually, like, yeah, they might have been at the point that Baldur's Gate 3 was at, or better. They might have had even more technical progress had they continued to develop that series in the way that it originally was released. And instead, they've just undone it. And that's why, like, so supposedly the reason it took Dragon Age 4 so long to come out, and this is a load of bullshit, but supposedly it's because they had to make sure they got the combat right. You know how we know that's a failure, chat? You don't hear everybody ranting and raving about the combat. Everyone's concerned about it. Some people are saying it's good, but it's enough that they have to talk about that it's good. They have to answer that question because everybody is worried that it's not. That tells me that they failed. Like they spent all that time trying to develop the combat system, and it is just an abject failure because everybody is still worried about it. So I don't know what the heck they were thinking with that. Hello, Katana. The fact that Baldur's Gate 2 even existed was a miracle with how content dense that game was in 2000. Yeah, I've never played Baldur's Gate 1 or 2. They're just way too far beyond me. Like, I say that. I've played like 15 minutes of Baldur's Gate 1. I would love to, like, actually sit down and play those games, but I would, and I shit you not, I would need people in chat that actually knew what the game was and, like, had played it before, because I would just be so fucking lost. It's been so long since I've played a game in that style, and it uses older D&D system mechanics that I never played with. So, like, I could obviously, you know, deduce some of it, but yeah, I feel like I'd just be completely, like, out to pasture on that. But yeah, like, everything I've ever heard about Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 is that they were fantastic games, so. DA2 Berserker two-handed combat was a gem, though. Like I said, I don't hate Dragon Age 2 and Inquisition, but to me, they're whiffs. They could have been so much better. Like, Dragon Age 2 could have been so much better purely because it needed more time in the oven. And frankly, like I said, I did not enjoy the choice or the switch to action combat. But at least DA2 had the tactical camera. Inquisition was the most 7 out of 10 game that I've ever played. And I believe it won Game of the Year. I'm trying to remember, but, like, that just must have been a bad year. Because to me, Inquisition is just, like, it's okay. It is, like, it has its moments. It has some really good, like, plot moments. In fact, you guys can hear... I still have the Inquisition main theme as part of my, like, song request, but no, it's not that great. So, Dragon Age 4 is supposed to be an MMO, and then they changed to an action RPG. No, I think that's Inquisition. Is what you're thinking of. They were based on very archaic D&D rules, 2nd edition. Yeah, so it's like, I unfortunately was never around for any of that. Like, as a kid, I knew what D&D was and I wanted to play it, but none of my friends played D&D, so I never had any opportunity to get into it. And it's only been, like, now being an adult, getting on Discord, meeting other people that have my same interest, that I finally found people that know how to play and do play D&D. And it's been my pleasure to learn it. I actually really love the D&D system. My biggest issue with it is that it actually just has solid flaws built into it. But that's a whole nother topic for discussion. But yeah, no, as far as I remember, I believe Inquisition was supposed to be the MMO, but I don't know, right? Like... I wanted to root for DA4. I really did. But DA4 just, God, like I said, every piece of news, every preview of that game has just like it's made me realize that Dragon Age is just a dead series. It's going down a path that I don't care for and that I don't care about. So I'm not going to care about it in the future anymore. Like, they're going to really have to go back to their roots, back to their origins to get me to care about them again. And I'll be honest with you, especially with some of the stuff I'm hearing about the writing for this game, even if they did, I'm not sure that it would be nearly as magical or as good as the original was. So people who are old enough to do second edition D&D would be in their 50s at minimum by now. Listen, you don't have to date chat like that. I'm sure there are people that are that old, but yeah, no, it's like I said, I don't know, right? They just, it's such a sad thing because I think the Dragon Age universe is really cool. I think it had a lot of potential, and I think it was just developed in such a terrible way, basically after the first one. I told you guys you didn't have to date yourselves. Now you're wearing it like a badge of honor. It's fine. I know, like, I have all types in here. I have people that like basically run the gambit from, at least as far as I know, from like friggin' like what is it, like 13 all the way up to like 60. So it is what it is. And I've never, I don't know. To me, you guys are a person. You're a name in my chat, but each one of you is an individual person, and I don't judge you based off your like age or like anything else, really. The biggest thing I judge you guys by is, again, what's the Martin Luther King thing? Not by, don't judge man by the content of their or sorry, by the color of their skin, but instead by the content of their character. And that is how I judge people. It's like, if you act like an asshole, I'm gonna treat you like an asshole. If you act perfectly nice and receptive to things, yeah, I'm gonna treat you in kind. It's just that's how I've always viewed these sorts of things. I already know Cat judges me by my support list setup. I'm gonna be real with you, I don't, because I like assuming that I remember your support list setup out of everybody's is, man, I don't have the brain power for that. But Cat, I'm not a person, I'm a meme. I mean, I love memes, so I love you. I'm a bigger asshole. Listen, it does not need to be a contest, okay? Dusty tomes of out-of-print RPGs in the middle of nowhere hobby stores used to be a sport. Yeah. We had a guy who first started playing D&D back in college in 1974. Wow. Okay, so what's Thaco, chat? Am I out of the loop here? What? Now 2 of you have mentioned Thaco. Now 3 of you have mentioned Thaco. Two-hit armor class 0. What does that mean? I assume that's a mechanic, but no clue. Yeah, I have no clue either. Low number was more difficult to hit. Okay, so we're playing golf with armor values here. Down to -10? What? I grilled both OG Arturia and Squirturia to 100 now. Win 120. There's an old mechanic that was in second edition. It was dropped in third and beyond. So you're telling me that Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 uses that system? Because I'm low-key gonna hate that. Yes, god damn it. Yeah, like I said, I would have to have people in chat that knew how those systems work. Because, like, god damn, I feel like I would just be lost and confused. I'd be like sitting there getting crit and being like, what the hell is going on? I have so much armor value. Why am I dying? Playing a Kinder with a strength so low he could only wield a flaming spork. Okay, I get the flaming spork. I get the strength so low. What the fuck is a Kinder? Here's a simple chart. I feel like you just lied when you said that, because you said simple. So for starters, I can't even fucking read this. Okay, it's blurry on my end too, chat. So this isn't your eyes. This isn't a reading test. Dragonlance race, very, very, very bad. Okay. $20-sided die score to hit by level of attacker. So at -10, you needed to roll a 26 on the die. Okay, so impossible, right? Unless you had like bonus. And then at level 1 and 2, you needed 25. 3 and 4, you needed 2 and 3. So was there an actual level 0? Like, did you have to level up just to hit level 1? If that helps you. Yeah, this might help a little. Okay, there we go. We can see now. I was like, my eyes are pretty good, but even I'm struggling here. No longer cat blind, yes. That's still pretty nuts, because at level 17 plus, right? If your opponent's armor class set -10, you still need to roll at least a 14 on the die. So that's like 2/3 of the time you just still fail to hit. Good God. Thaco? Yes, Thaco, Bob. Chat is exposing me to this heresy. Oh, yes. If you had a 10, instead you needed a -6 on the die to hit someone. So pretty much, if you had a 10 after level 11, everybody just hits you with every roll of the die. I mean, I assume, yeah, you can see there's like missiles are -5 at long range, -2 at medium range. So I assume there's like some level of like interacting attributes here, but yeah, it's like, holy crap. Dwarves, elves, and gnomes are never lower than first level. Unlike halflings and humans, which may be a level of 0. Bards fight at their highest level of fighter experience? What the hell was old school Dungeons and Dragons doing? Like, I see why 5th edition's so popular. Holy crap. Elf was a class? What do you mean elf was a class? That's like saying, what's your profession? I'm a white guy. Huh? I'm a professional white guy. I struggle to jump and can't dance. As I said, Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 and Icewind Dale still have that. Yeah, there's just no way in hell I'd be able to do any of this shit without any sort of we would have to play that game by committee. Like, I'd be in control of it and chat would be having to basically make every fucking decision for me. I always played half elf or elf. I also always played neutral good. Not chaotic good, where like you're all for chaos but not for hurting people. There were no such things as races back then, I guess. Yeah. Good that I don't have to play it myself. No, it's like, it's just really weird. Like, I don't know. I understand what they're trying to do. I guess my bigger issue is like, what actually determines your armor class? Like, can you get -10 armor? Like a piece of armor that is -10? Or do you like equip a piece of armor and it's like additive with the other things that you have like for your class? .5e is basically watered down 3.5. Yeah, I feel like I could probably play D&D from like 3rd edition onward, but 1st and 2nd edition, there's just no fucking way. Like, 1st and 2nd edition is like trying to read hieroglyphics to me. So you're a fighter, yes. Can we get integer overflow armor? Yeah, we get the Mahatma Gandhi armor where you've gone so high you've gone negative. What do you mean all D&D is math? No, Bob. All D&D is statistics. I've just ruined D&D for Bob. This is why Bob hates D&D. The mechanics bit of the page talks on it, Cad. Oh, yeah, it just... I mean, no, it doesn't. What are you talking about? Oh, you mean like on the wiki here? Yeah, I mean, probably. Don't... You expect me to read things? It's current year. I can't read. Like, look at this. These are well-formed sentences and paragraphs probably written by somebody with an, actual intelligence level. I can't read this. This will hurt me physically. No, I hate you because you've never made a barbarian? Bob, don't try me. I will make a bard, and I will sloot myself up to every single thing in the D&D campaign, okay? Like, I'm just saying. Like, you yourself have told me you don't like bards. So, if you want me to, I will absolutely just become the biggest man whore imaginable. You can ask Chop how annoying that got in our campaign, where I played Grogne, the dwarf, and I tried to fuck a tree. So if I'm willing to screw an inanimate object, I'm willing to screw anything. I roll to lay the dragon. Playing 1st or 2nd edition D&D is like me trying to find a girlfriend. It's impossible. Damn, wild. I don't like how bards are built. I don't really either. Like I said it before, to me, bard, especially in 5th edition, just feels like it has way too much spell capability. It feels way more like a caster than it should. The 2nd edition manuals, it's the only system he will run. Teach me its ways. Yeah, like I get it. If you were around back then and you played these editions, they just seem better to you than the current edition because the current edition's dumbed down. It's the same thing as like people that played Civ 4 all feel like Civ 5 and Civ 6 are just terrible. Because it's like if you knew how to play Civ 4 just gave you way more options and capability. So that's like, yeah, when you dumb things down over time, people don't like it usually, especially if they get used to the more complex version. Because usually when you dumb things down, you restrict things, you take away possibilities, and that's what actually ends up setting people off. I do miss prestige classes from 3rd edition, though. Yeah, like, to me, it sounds like 3rd edition is more complex 5th edition, right? Like how you guys said 5th edition's more watered down 3rd edition. I see why 5th edition's popular. It's so easy for a lot of people to get into, but 3rd edition is likely, you know, again, it's something that ends up resolving a lot of the 5th edition issues because it just has more options. But it's still probably not everything. You sound like fat bastard from Austin Powers with Irish voice. No, you see, I should sound like I have a Scottish voice because that is what my ancestry is. If I was doing the Irish voice, I'd be a little bit more sing-songy like this. Like, top of the morning to ya. Actually, it's not morning, it's marnin'. Top of the morning to ya. There you go. That's if Hare is somewhere in the audience, he's just gonna get angry at me. 3rd edition was the most metagameable. Yeah, probably. I could see that. Which Civ had Fall from Heaven total conversion mod? I have no idea. I didn't mess with mods too much in the Civ games. Sometimes the dumbed down version is just better because it's more accessible for more people. Right. That is the beauty of 5th edition. 5th edition is so popular because everybody can get into it. And it's also why like some of the changes that they're trying to make to 5th edition are just stupid. Like I don't feel like they actually help the game. I feel like they're just being idiots about things. But yeah, I mean, like if you told me we were going to play a game in like 3rd edition or like 3.5 especially, I'd probably be like, okay. Like I've actually played some games that use 3.5, like video games, right? So it's like I've seen the way the system works to an extent. I'm sure there would be stuff I hadn't seen before, but I could probably get the grasp of it fairly quickly. My grandfather told me if you ever hear a sober Irish accent run, things are about to go bad. Well, I was going to say things are about to go so bad that it's going to drive you to drink, right? I missed the book of Weeaboo Fightan Magic. Wait, what do you mean? Yeah, the bounded accuracy I feel like could work. They just need to make some adjustments to it. You know, we've talked about this especially with our campaign before, where like the problem, for instance, with like armor class in D&D as the player, right? Your armor class kind of caps out at a point. Like you're only going to have so much because what your character can do. Meanwhile, enemy modifiers to hit keep going up. And so your armor class just begins to matter less and less. Things just become more lethal over time. So it's like, it feels like things start out super lethal. There's like a bell curve. Things start out super lethal at like level 1 through 3. And then, you know, eventually you grow out of that. And from about levels like 3 through like probably 9, things are relatively stable. And probably after about 9, again, the enemy scaling starts getting like, okay, now they're going to start hitting you more. Things are going to start hitting you harder. Spells are going to start getting crazier. And so it's like at that point, yeah, your armor isn't doing jack shit for you anymore, and it just becomes less and less of a factor. So I do get that it's like, oh, well, the stakes should be higher. Shit should be like, going crazy at the higher levels. But also it feels like you as the player, you're just losing options for what you can do to try and mitigate. You just are going to be forced to take things to the face, and the only way to win is not to play or to try to avoid combat altogether. It's like, I'm either going to open combat in a surprise round and try to one-tap everybody, or I'm just going to avoid combat. Have you looked at Pathfinder First Edition at all? I've looked at Second Edition, not First. But Pathfinder's not super hard. The biggest issue for me with the Pathfinder systems is that, like, there are just so many character creation options. And that's what just sends me for a loop all the time. Like, the biggest issue in Pathfinder is creating a character and choosing what to do when you level up. After that, like playing the character is not hard. Time for some good old Shadowrun. Yeah, I think that's the other thing that's like stopped me from trying out other types of things, is that like I really don't like to have to sit there and relearn a new system every single like thing. Tome of Battle, Book of Nine Swords. It was an attempt to make martial classes that were more powerful so as to compete with the magic classes. So this is an interesting issue. Technically, and I've talked about this before, like we can go and we can look at some like WoW. How does WoW balance the melee with the ranged? The reality here is that usually there's various different things, like the amount of threat that you generate in melee versus range, as well as the amount of mechanics that are happening to melee versus range. But how do you balance a melee class versus a ranged class when the range class has the advantage of range? And the answer to this is it depends actually on your fight design. If you have fight design that constantly makes the melee move out, then the melee will do less damage than the ranged. Why? They're just getting forced out. They're losing uptime on the boss. If you have fight design that doesn't force the melee out, then the melee will just win because they're just always on the boss. So the usual best solution is to make not only the melee, but also the ranged occasionally have to handle stuff. And that's how they try to balance it. And I think that's okay. But is that going to work in something like D&D? No, because largely you don't have stuff like that. All of your uptime happens on your turn. So unless you lose an entire turn due to some sort of fight mechanic, your damage is what your damage is. So the biggest issue that a lot of spell casters have versus a lot of melee is melee often just have the ability to quote unquote attack. Whereas spellcasters often have spell slots, and they allow them to cast very powerful spells that scale beyond what normal melee classes can do. And unless the campaign is being run in such a way that you are forcing, players to continue fighting without getting to be able to rest at all and restore their spell slots, eventually the mages, the casters, just sit there and just blow things out of the water repeatedly. And it gets to the point that, yeah, like your melee may not even really get that much time to spend beating something up. So I see why that's an issue. And I think there's numerous ways to go about it, to solve it, to attack the issue. But it's ultimately on Dungeons and Dragons to design things in that way. You can obviously put that in the hands of the DM, but you're relying on the DM to be creative enough to come up with a proper solution. Individual DMs might, but it will not be a blanket solution that every DM will use. So that it's just a problem that the game has. I do think it's a solvable problem, but it is a problem that it has. Range tax, yeah. How specific you can tailor a character, but it's a double-edged sword. Oh, with Pathfinder, yeah. Fourth edition in all classes, just the same thing with flavor. No, that's terrible. You could argue that if we're talking MMO design, then fourth edition, as its equivalent, would basically be how Final Fantasy 14 does it. And I don't like that about Final Fantasy 14's balance. Everybody is just the same, and it's just different flavors of the same thing. So yeah, I'm okay with some amount of homogenization. I'm okay with, like, you know, trying to balance things. But no, you should never have everything be the exact same, and it's just kind of stupid. And let's be honest, just like in something like WoW, if you're metagaming D&D, if you're metagaming your tabletop, that's on you, right? Some players will find that fun. They'll find it engaging. Other players will just be annoyed by it and find you, like, just to be a spoil sport in effect. So to me, it's just about, like, play with somebody that actually, you know, like play with a group that's okay with you metagaming if you're going to metagame like that, or don't at all. To me, it's like I get less fun out of metagaming. I feel like, well, yes, I want to get the most out of my character, I still wish to fulfill whatever it is that I set my character out to be. And I think that's the crux of the thing. Is like, you need to be doing what you want to do to have fun in the game. Some people have fun doing that. Other people will not. Favorite YouTuber D&D campaign? Oh, I can't say that I've ever really sat down and watched like other YouTubers do D&D campaigns. The closest I had was, like, back in the day, what was it? Like, back in the day, I watched, and I forget who the DM was, because I remember the DM was a Twitch guy, and he got in major trouble for, like, grooming people. But it was the campaign that had Admiral Baru and Moon in it, and I'll never forget, like, hearing the segment where, like, they got to some, like, town, some hut with some, like, magic man in it that they had been looking for a long time, and they get in there, and the very first thing Moon tries to do is he tries to decapitate the guy for no freaking reason. Like, he just tried to go pure murder hobo, and the DM was gonna allow it. Hilariously enough, though, Baru, who was playing, I think, a sorcerer, just said, you know what? I'm tired of this shit, Moon. I'm casting Fireball on you. And everybody tried to stop Baru from doing it, and he did it anyway. So they're in this magic man's hut full of magical knickknacks, and the guy casts Fireball, apparently setting off a chain reaction that quite literally destroyed the planet. And they lived. And the only reason that they lived is because one of the magic items that got triggered was, like, some sort of, like, portal or translocation spell. I was just like, what the shit? And so the DM ended up rolling a random thing to, like, see, like, okay, like, you know, how much, like out of all possible locations, which ones are you going to land on? And they somehow, out of, like, I think he had, like, what, like 17 different planets available in the universe, only like 4 of them had breathable air, and they managed to land on one of those somehow by pure fucking bullshit luck. So it's like, god damn, dude. Unsure if you've seen it. Sent a link a friend shared with me. Oh, let me see. That's funny, Jay. That's really funny. That's definitely gonna come back to haunt them. Sounds like DM fuckery, honestly, and it might have been. Sad that campaign died because the DM was a piece of shit. He was a really good DM. Oh, it was Arcadum is who it was. Oh, I remember the name now. But yeah, he was a really good DM. He had his own, like, handcrafted universe and everything, but Yeah, it's like, I'm sorry, that's a no tolerance type of deal, right? Oh, wait, hold on. Do I need to do anything? I guess we can queue up for the missing part of the raid that I never did, which is the mid. Wait, did I do this? Already looted. Already looted. Already looted. Oh, okay. So what I didn't do is I didn't do the middle part of Blackrock Depths, which is probably gonna get me killed. Chat, I'm up to 594. We've gotten 4 more item levels on my mage now. I'm only 14 item levels behind where my other mage is, which is not bad. And I could probably spend some Valor tokens upgrading some stuff. Actually, hold on here. Okay, this is the only 2 that I've done this week. That means I can go run other stuff. I also did switch back to Arcane on this character, so now both my mages are Arcane. It just is better, it feels like. Happy Mariah Carey Thawing Day. Don't you dare. Listen, just for that, I'm going to let you know, Hera, that I did a shitty Irish accent earlier. Of which Hera probably doesn't care. D&D audio drama, I'm going to cast Magic Missile against the darkness. Yes, I love that.
Well,
that was played as an Easter egg in the game Summoner if you beat it. Do I have any remaining keys? Suspect I don't. Oh, that's right, because I think all the other keys are on my other mage. God damn it. Did you try to pronounce Samhain? No, I didn't. That's more my Scottish accent anyways. Well, shit. I guess since we're going to be waiting on this queue for 22 minutes. What the piss? Let us go to Stonard. No, you know what? Let's go do a Mists of Pandaria raid. I don't know which one, but let's pick one, chat. Alright. Got one a portal? Oh, please port to Dorn. Sure. Wow. Nice to see that people will actually still give this. I don't know why he is. He could literally just walk right into the portal room over there. But this is how this shit used to be. I mean, I don't need to take it, buddy. You can go in. Okay. Oh, God damn it. I portaled the door in myself. Are you running some Mythic Plus? I probably need to be. But at the moment, I only really like doing Mythic Plus with my friends because the randoms are really fucking bad, I've noticed. Particularly the tank and healer. They can be really, really freaking awful for that sort of thing. Veil of the Eternal Blossoms. Not how that's pronounced. It is in America. America. That's all part of the fun. I know. It's just like Shisho. There's no proper way to say her name. Also, I don't know if Creamy's listening, but if he wants to join me, I'm down in VIP 3 now. Okay, so what do we got? Wait, oh, it killed my... God damn it, dude. It killed my, shouldn't have accepted the 10 gold. It's a dungeon? How's the loot look from this place? Well, that's not bad. I mean, all the terrible teammates? Yeah. Mogushan Palace. Trying to remember where some of the raids are here. I think there's one like, oh, that's Siege of Ogrima is in here. I don't even think I can complete Siege of Orgrimmar in 18 minutes. It takes friggin' forever. Yeah, this is the Pandaria areas. Honestly, they seem kind of shit. Like, not gonna lie. Mostly because the scope of these things is just so damn big. Gold mode item sets are pretty damn good. Oh, really? Here's a raid, the Mogushan Vaults. What do I have the raid difficulty set to? Let's go Mythic. I don't know if Mythic is even a pickable one here. Nope, just Heroic. Most of them look great. Yeah, I mean, I've seen the like mail set. I haven't seen the cloth set.
Of the Mogu, untouched by time for thousands of years. Who knows what secrets await? Many young Pandaren warriors have vanished into this. The large Gwylan seem to be guarding that door. Tread carefully, lest you wake them.
Okay, they're all dead.
That was close.
That's a lot of loot.
Door
Holy crap.
mechanism seems to have activated with the demise of the Guardians. I fear what we may find within.
I think I have to trigger these dudes.
We seem to have
This is just me doing a transmog run at the moment. From getting a gold rank time in the dungeons. Your gear was equalized. Oh, really? So, like, is that something you can still do? Do you know?
Not have been disturbed. He cannot be freed.
Well, he wasn't freed. Oh my God! Imperial Ghost Binders robes.
Was betrayed by 4 emperors of the
This
Mogul.
could be worse. They don't
His
look
body
awful.
destroyed each time,
Not wild about the
only
color
to
scheme,
rise
but
again. This is not
the hell is that
last
plate
we have
helmet?
seen of Feng. The Zandalari.
We don't be needing what's back that way anyhow.
I am sorry I did not tell you earlier. These vaults house a weapon of unimaginable power. Stop them. I will stay
Ooh,
behind
plans.
and investigate.
Now you done made me angry. Fine, time to play, friends.
Oh Lord, he coming. Nah, they removed it at the end of the expansion. Oh, that's weird. Well, you sure it's not just there's the mage one? You sure there's not like a way to get it? Wait, but was it gold?
It be dying time now.
Cloth shoulders, that looks weird.
Bah! Bested by the likes of you.
Leather
What a
shoulders,
shame
those
for
look
a
nice.
Zandalari priest to endure.
Especially for like a
But it
rogue
ain't
or
no
something.
thing. Take your trinkets. You'll be needing them.
Take
I be
your
going
trinkets.
now. Time to find a new home for my soul. death
Do I
be a
need?
doorway.
I don't remember if I need to talk to Cho or not.
I'll be back.
Yeah, there we
Every
go.
good story needs a hero.
When in doubt, talk to the NPC. They usually trigger something.
The ancient vaults of the kings of Mogoshan. What might this button do?
Yeah, what might that button do? Press it.
Look here. It is the history of Xian of the Endless Shadow, a powerful sorcerer who kept the kingdoms in check through terror and
Okay, they're all dead.
This looks to be the record of Qiang the Merciless, a great conqueror who ruled his vassals with an iron fist. I've heard tales of this one. Subutai the Swift. Well,
Spend $500 to get in the Ashes of Creation Alpha? No, I'm good.
He stole
Almost a
from the
decade
rich.
at this point.
And what is this?
Is it like any good? Because like the only person I've heard about it from is AP. I'm always curious to hear what other people
According
think.
to these texts, Meng was the most foul and maniacal ruler to ever abuse the imperial throne.
Come on, you can do it. I believe in you.
I will crush you in body. Taking attack! March into battle! You'll see your mistake soon enough. So
I am out of range.
you will understand why the darkness comes for. I will have
There we go. Heroic Four Kings.
to die.
A secret
Breastplate?
passage
That
has
actually doesn't look like a
opened
bad
beneath the
one.
Platform. This way.
I hate all the invisible walls. Sometimes you try to be smart and the game doesn't let you.
Look at the
Oh,
dust
really?
on
That's
the
a
floor. These
fast
dark
queue.
halls
That couldn't have
not
been more
seen
than 5 or
footfalls
6
for
minutes.
many centuries.
Sometimes the queue times are just hard, like really unreliable. Super Arcade Black Desert super game with hardcore PvP and economic warfare.
Once the Mogul enslaved
That sounded
all
like
of the
great
races
when I
of
didn't have a
Pandora
job,
and
right?
sent them to their
When you have a job and like you have other obligations, you just don't have time for shit like that. Same thing with like hardcore raiding, right? Like don't mind me, chat, just vendoring all the loot that I just got from that run. I'm never gonna use that. Is that all AFK? Or what do you mean? We're no longer in a transmog run. By the way, Song Request is open if you guys want to song request stuff. Although I don't... Is it broken? I don't know if chat's actually been song requesting stuff and it's just not been playing it. Think the all raid runs are transmog? You're not wrong. I like the way you think. Oh god damn it! I just bloodlusted us again, trying to hit a fictitious scorch that doesn't exist.
I
Raised
need
my head, I
water
know.
first.
Did your Halloween block earlier? Oh, that's true.
I must get closer.
I don't know how, but somehow I ended up with the enemy on me. I guess I'm just gonna actually start balls to the walling this. Wow, the second I actually start trying, I appear on the damage board. Well, that's a problem.
I need to target something first. I require a target.
Damn it. That was a low health enemy, so it died real fast.
I
Yeah, I don't
not
remember
have a
what the
target.
actual mechanic here is. I also need to adjust the settings on
I
whatever
require a
my
target. I do not have a target.
my freaking thing here is, because like I cannot see like who the important enemy is in a group now, because it just changes everybody to this shit color, and I'm like, dude, I need more information. Okay, we got out of that terrible location.
All the treasury went to the Dark Iron's endless wars. I even offered my own jewellery to the cause. How Dagran smiled.
So again, you can actually do quite a bit of interrupting on these
Mana
things.
is needed.
The Drakthir race is really nice.
All the treasury went to the Dark Iron's endless wars. I even offered my own jewellery to the cause. How Dagran smiled.
Oh, somebody left probably because they died.
Not all the Dark Irons of Shadowforge City agreed with serving Ragnaros. I wished for those voices to be heard. To gain power. Momentum. I was a right fool.
I need to target something first.
God, I love it when I just cannot see them casting that.
I do not have a target.
Down here next? Oh yeah, the golems. By the way, chat, if any of you guys do end up picking up WoW again at some point, you're more than welcome to join our little guild here. Guilds can be cross-server now, so always happy to have new players. Mr. Creamy runs the guild for the most part, as it is difficult on me to have the time to micromanage all that shit. Also, I need to update my mods. That's why I keep getting those annoying ass pop-ups in the middle of the screen. Like anytime somebody logs in or out, I have an error. Oh. Oh. Please no attack. Oh. Yeah, this is, this feels like a wipe. I don't know what happened, but they did a dumb. Like I said, I don't remember any of these mechanics from back in the day. My main rogue's an alliance. I never know how cross-faction shit works. I think you can raid together. You cannot do old legacy content together, which is really stupid if you ask me. I also don't think you can do normal dungeons, but I may be wrong on that. Oh, they're getting some people up. Maybe they'll do this. They've like chain battle res their way into this. I'm still not sure what you're supposed to do for that ripple move. Are you supposed to jump it, or I guess you just take it to the face? Just die? Why? Yeah, I do agree. Like, they at one point they had like 3 people alive, and to me it's like that's just incredibly stupid. Oh my god, dude, and he fucking, this boss is just a pain.
I require a target.
Good god. Well, I didn't really get any loot, but I'll take it.
Some dwarves served our Fire Lord willingly to power their own.
My ascension is at
I'll have to eventually get my Horde Druid up then. It's actually really easy to do right now if you wish to try AFK. Like, we also don't really have anybody playing Druid. I think Ash has a Druid, but nobody else has played one at the moment. And if I do level a Druid, I'm gonna just be real with you, it's gonna be a Boomkin, because that's me like casters, at least in WoW. Who cares? It's LFR. He's not wrong. The Mage Tower appearance for Feral is fabulous. So how do you unlock the additional forms?
My constructs will destroy you.
Oh wow, I did not realize he was gonna melt that fucking fast.
Too far away. My mana is low.
Superior craftsmanship.
I am actually having hard mana issues.
Superior craftsmanship.
I had to tank my damage there for a little bit.
Your allies are a weakness. Superior craftsmanship.
Okay.
An explosive revolt. Your reach exceeds your grasp.
Okay. Wait, are they all dead? Yes. Okay. I couldn't tell if they were or not. That was such a like uneventful like boss kill at the end. Like you weren't even sure that you killed the boss.
Great fire.
Oh, I hate this one. This one's just hell. Because it's like, so you have to fight all these ghosts, and you have to fight multiple of them at a time. So it just gets really shitty. Because there's just a shit ton of effects going off.
You have challenged the Seven, and now you will die.
And there used to be an order to do this all in. Oh my god. Yeah, the fear is really annoying if you're not on undead. And even then, if you are on undead, it's like, okay, cool, you've managed to deal with this for like one fucking fear. Now we're gonna cast like 5 more. Giga Ghost? Yes. Here you go, chat. I'll give you first person mode. Not my smartest move ever, but it is a move. Why is he immune? You can root me all you want, it does nothing to me. We have a reporter live on scene, that's right. I think that's why my damage for this one's so bad, is I think I was hitting an immune target without paying attention for a while there. But you can see it's kind of hectic. I actually like the arcane orb effect better than the meteor effect, because the meteors had so much of a delay that they did not go off properly sometimes.
Must get closer.
Annoying. You can only cast an AoE there.
I need to target something first.
Always.
I don't think that's all of them, is it? I guess it was. Man, no drops.
Sorcerer Thane Thorison first summoned.
I mean, it's fine. I'm really just doing this mostly to get to the 40 keys, but I think I'll be just shy.
War machine. I expected better.
I don't know why I got pulled back there. Did somebody aggro? Yes, this is like a little bit of a maze.
Dark Iron, defend your Emperor! Hold your position!
I do not have a target. I require a target.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's... I forgot it goes in then out on that.
I need to target something first. I require a target.
Forward! March!
Dude, just let me out. Holy shit.
I need to target something first. I do not have a target.
Okay, so that's one Harbinger dead.
Flanking maneuver!
I was gonna say, that's not good. I have literally been fixated.
I require a target. I need to target something first.
Dude! Enough! Oh my god. Mine was the last to die. Jesus. And I only started getting healing after like kiting him for 30 seconds already. Nobody wants to help kill the fixate? Well, it would have been fine if I had gotten healing. That was the real big issue. Is like, there's only so long I can survive with an enemy that hits me for a good, like, third of my health every time, right? Like, at that point, it's just playing keep away. And I'm not Frost, so I can't just slow him at will. I do at least have the Cone of Cold talent that will freeze them in place, though.
Destroy the invaders!
do not have a target. I need to target something first. I do not have a target.
Okay, they should all be dead. Now we go back. We unlock this dude and kill his ass.
All remaining forces attack!
A smack.
Divide and conquer!
Mana is needed.
Flanking maneuver!
My mana is low.
Wait, is this the boss? I guess it is. I guess I'll try.
Divide and conquer!
Really hope those don't blow up even bigger. Yeah, the arcane orb is fairly easy to aim because your character just naturally points at whatever it's attacking. Plus the fact that it just goes off and registers damage a lot faster than the meteors do for Sun Fury. So it just feels like a wholly better, oh my god, better fucking thing.
I have failed you.
So I think that's the final boss.
The
Because
life
Flame Lash and
I'm mocking
Thorison
of
are
its
here, but
grand debates took
I don't
place
think you
here.
can actually go
It
kill
was
them.
used
I
for
don't know.
marshalling the Dark Iron military.
Okay,
As was
so
most
that's
of
finally done. That was the
Blackrock's.
second and quote unquote middle part of that. We're gonna go back into the Mogushan raids here real fast, just as an effort to try and murder the rest of this. I think we were literally on the final boss. There was not a whole lot to do. And I got exactly 40 keys out of that. That's fantastic, because when I ran it through the first time on my other mage, I only got 39. And you need 40 keys in order to be able to get a singular piece of loot. So I was like, wow, they fucked you. Like, oh man, you get 39 per run and you need 40. I was like, the fuck, man. So that should allow me to get something. I don't know if there's a good trinket from there or not. I'll have to see. But it is a thing. I did get the Zulaman War Bear out of that dungeon for completing it in time, which is really funny because I couldn't find it, and apparently it got sent to me in the postmaster because I somehow quote unquote missed it. Okay, they're dead. I think we gotta touch the control panel or get Lo Waka Cho to do it. Warbear MRDR puppy.
This
Wait,
room
what's
pulses
MRDR?
with energy, but unlike any we have seen so far. Fascinating. I have never heard tales of anything like this. The Mogu hide their secrets well.
Go ahead and turn it on.
Seems to be a terminal controlling the device.
Oh, murder puppy.
Let's
I
see
got you.
here.
Oh. Flashbang.
Senses on.
Magnificent. It talks. This seems beyond what we thought the Mogu were capable of.
Identification matrix mismatch. Unknown.
Identify that, you asshole.
It's good, yet messy. I will observe from a safer distance. The machine has been destroyed, and so The Mogul's power.
Band of the Bursting Novas. We got a wand. Oh, that's a good fucking looking wand. That's probably the best wand I've seen.
They call to me. The discs.
Because a lot of the wands just look like crap.
I see everything clearly.
So it was a bit harder back in the day. You mean you didn't have to cast a single arcane barrage to kill Elgon? Yeah, I mean, I killed Algalon back in the day in Old War, so yeah, I'm sure it was more difficult than that. Like, that's the only bad part about doing these like transmog farm runs is just it's like it totally cheapens it, right? Oh, I guess I gotta touch this myself.
Astounding. An actual functional Mogu construct machine. We cannot allow this to fall into the wrong hands. Great and endless army of soulless abominations. I shudder to think of the violence that would erupt from such a machine.
Yeah, I get it.
You must destroy it, here, now, before any harm can come to Pandaria.
Yeah, I get it, but...
Turn the machine on. I will lock the door behind you.
Okay, now will you do it? Bro, I swear.
Pandaria welcomes you.
I'm gonna smack you, Lore Walker Cho. I've never had this issue. It's like it's just not triggering. Do I need to like go do something? There's nothing there. I don't know. I did also get the Heavenly Onyx Cloud Serpent to drop from one of the world bosses earlier today, which is really nice. Try like killing something. Usually murder's a good trick. See if that like resets it. Talk to the panda. You can't.
How does today find you?
Huh? I've done this before and you just had to touch the device.
Too far away.
I hear a faint humming.
Wait, what?
It's coming from this direction.
What? I'm so confused. Like, he just sprinted into this room again. Despite this being cleared. He's not here. I'm so confused. I was confused when he said I'll lock the door behind you. Yeah, it like closes off the platform, but it's not a door. It's like a gate. It is weird, right? you ever play WoW, Hera? I'm regretting doing this transmog run right now. This is just taking forever. Nope, baby. Ah, I see. It's actually, like, in all seriousness, WoW's probably really easy to get into now if you've never played it before. Especially compared to the way it used to be.
Hello.
I don't get it. Because you're supposed to get spawns in these little alcoves. Wait, ancient Mogu pipe. Maybe that's the issue?
May the great grain guide your steps.
Okay, looks like that did something at least.
The Emperor's rage echoes through the hills.
Melee damage increased by 50%? What the fuck? Well, I guess this was a melee fight back in the day.
The Emperor's strength grips this land with fists of iron.
I think this is like a harder version of the fight? I don't know. Maybe for the hard mode version? Yeah, I don't care. It seems to have triggered it either way, so... As far as I'm concerned, that's perfectly fine. You just look for the red alcove. That's usually the one that spawns the guy.
I require a target.
The Emperor's courage burns everlasting.
Why you wanna give me the run around?
I do not have a target.
The endless army will crush the Emperor's foes.
Okay, I think these are the last two. I think. Yep. Will of the Emperor.
It is done then.
A mace? Okay,
How many
that's okay.
of these machines are hidden beneath the earth? How much do we not know about the dark secrets of the Mogu?
Bro, that's a good point. How much do we
Fear
not
that our
know?
war against our ancient enemies is still far from over.
Oh, you right. You right. Far from over. Oh, wait, no, let's not go back to Dorn. Let's go back to Ogrimma. Ogrimma, Ogrimma, Ogrimma. But yeah, WoW, especially at like low levels, WoW's really easy. Like, and the game does a very good job of like bringing you up to speed, like skill wise, because everything is paced. The only issue you would have getting into WoW would be actual knowledge of like what do I do? Like, do I need to like go do a dungeon? Do I need to grind out these quests? That sort of stuff. There's a little bit of like knowledge of like where to go in the world, but yeah, it's relatively easy besides that. Like if you played any other MMO, it'll be very, very easy for you. Oh, 2,000 gold right there. Let's go. Whee! Let me see if Mr. Creamy is around. Okay, so these are the relic coffer exchange keys. So you can see it takes 40 of them. So the real question is, because these are only 584. So the gear from here is actual hot garbage. 584 is like the bare minimum because 580 is blue gear. So 584 is like the bare minimum that an epic can be. And all of my stuff is epic except my trinket. So I think quite literally, unless there's a trinket here, I am just not gonna need anything. Oh, the cloth circle of flame. Okay, I could get a 584 offhand. That has some potential. Soloing Shadowlands transmogs are awesome from there. I've actually done quite a bit of the Shadowlands stuff. The ones I want to do are Dragonflight, but we need actual people that want to do that. Okay, there's an offhand. That's haste and versatility. That's an offhand. It's haste and versatility. Bro, after that Alterac Valley, I'll be done stream. Versatility you? Yeah, versatility is a really shit stat. Alterac Valleys notoriously take pretty long to complete. But it depends where he's at in the Alterac. If he just started, it'll be a long time. If he's mostly done with it already, it won't be that much longer. Just started. Oh, bro. Oh yeah, we can get a monocle if we so choose, chat. Activist, yes. So there's the enthralled sphere. The other one is the scepter for the offhand. Can't tell which one I think looks better. I guess the enthralled spear because it has glowy effects. Actually, it is the enthralled sphere. It just has more haste. So yeah, we'll grab that. That way I can where is it? I had another offhand. Yeah, right here. I had a 558 offhand, so I can get rid of that. So now if I do get a one-handed weapon that's better than my current staff, which is a 590 staff, at least the offhand will not be so terrible. So that'll give me, you know, some level of it. Oh, wow. Holy crap. I didn't see I got this axe. That's a nice axe.
I have many, many wares. Good fortune to our friends.
Hurry! I was trying to think about what else I can do in the meantime. There's not really much you can do to progress your character outside of starting to do like mythic dungeons and like heroic raids are pretty much the only thing that would work for this character now. I guess I could do like normal raid and it would not be so bad, but oh, that's gonna be a crap heap. 8 soul delves get you 603 pieces and 616 vault. Yeah, that's kind of the issue I have is like I don't know if I'd be able to solo a delve. I can try, like we can go do one. It's just it's probably likely to be fucking miserable. Hello, Mr. Fox. How's it going? Thank you for the raid, bud. What are you guys up to today? We're just, we got done with FGO because there's not much to do on it. We're just playing some more WoW. Healer brand's not too bad. Just make sure you take your time if needed. That's why I don't like doing it. It's just, it's like super slow if you have to solo a delve. I heard the Bargu to stare at me. I see. Hope you guys had a good stream though. What were you guys up to? Okay. Oh, sweet. At least Earthcrawl is the bountiful, thank God. Finishing the NA event. Sorry to raid and dash, though. Oh, no, it's all good. Sending good vibes. Oh, I see. Thank you. Thank you for the good vibes. Again, welcome, everybody. You guys never met me. My name's Khadroth. I stream FGO all the time. But yeah, it's we're kind of in a holding pattern right now as we wait for the basically the lotto coming to us on NA, and we don't really know what's going to be the case next on JP. So it's just not really much to do, and we're kind of just hoping for some more info on that front.
Beladar, shift in your favor.
Oh, is this the... It is the flamethrower one. Good, it's actually the one I prefer. Flamethrower one's arguably the easiest. I think it's like item level 600 or something is what's recommended for these.
Mana is needed.
Yep. Not too shabby for a first pull.
Take a break.
I need to target something first.
Basically, the first time I ever tried to solo a rank 8 delve, I was much lower item level than this, so it was kind of nasty. Super Space Shelter. I've said before, right? I would love to see them do more like servant verse units, so I got no problems with that if they do.
Helps are coming. Do them here.
These guys fucking hurt. I do not like them. That's not gonna snapshot nearly as hard. Yep. There's that SW2 redhead. Wait, what do you mean? Oh, you're talking about the NPC that shows up? Yeah. Probably someday, right? Someday.
Step into the light.
Thank you. How dare you, Creamy? Oh, Creamy, if you get the altar act done before I get this done, you can come join me.
I require a target.
I require a shrubbery. Okay, looks like Bran somehow got the aggro. Like a dolt. So that would have been one of the hardest pulls of the whole thing. Because there's just so many enemies there, it's difficult to take them all out. And we got these swoopers.
Take a break.
Docker focused anyways to space combo, probably. Okay, that's a little bit of a problem. I guess for like an aerial unit like that. Not a whole lot you can do. Okay, geez, that took way more cooldowns than I'm comfortable with, but, oh my god. Why are there more?
I need to target.
Yes, heal me, Bran. Finally. Always more, I know. Dude, why? Bran! You fucking ass! Ah! So to explain that, I had to run over webs, which spawned more Nerubians to get to the stupid fucking potions that he threw, and they disappeared right as I was running over them so he could spawn more. So basically, I ran over it for no freaking reason.
I require a target.
He just disappeared? Okay. I'll take it. bismuth.
Fantastic.
Couple resonance crystals. Oh, even more.
That's more like it.
That's more like it.
Get out of the way. Oh, Bran's got
Ow.
your back.
I'm more worried about the end boss than anything at this point. I can handle most of these, like most of what the delve throws at me clearly at this point. Because the big like onslaught there downstairs from where I just came up from, that's like the hardest part in theory.
Come here and recover some of your mana.
Dun, 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 dun.
Move in here.
Okay, we're gonna get him. Got it.
What have we here?
Dude, I hate the friggin' fearmongers. They just constantly try to fear you like that. So you just gotta be ready to run.
My mana is low.
Should have the temporal displacement back in time. Yeah, delves go a lot faster in a group, it feels
Come
like.
here and recover some of your mana.
I need mana first.
Hit him with that big old cock, that cone of cold.
Found a bit of gold.
Okay, got him. Now we should be able to free this dude. Damage a stunned, rooted, or incapacitated enemy to open a lightning bottle that deals nature damage to enemies around you for 1 minute. Sweet. I definitely root people at least, so.
I do not have a target. I need to target something first.
I'm not sure how the egg mechanic with the dinosaur works. Like, I get if you break it out, you get a dinosaur, but like, does it come back stronger or something each time? Okay, we did it.
You got to dodge.
Gonna pull the next asshole. Okay, got that dead.
Come here and
Now let's clear this out. And this is going to be a bit harder of a pull. The reason why is because we're very likely to get multiple.
I require a target.
Okay. 9+ and beyond don't give bigger vault rewards. Yeah, it really just kills any need to do them. Which in that regard, I'm kind of okay with it, because what it kind of means is like, yeah, you do eventually reach a point where your gear starts to outpace the delve, making the delve easier and faster to do. I actually appreciate that, because otherwise, holy crap, right? Like, you would just always feel like you're on pins and needles the whole time. But yeah, it's definitely a thing where it's like, it's kind of sad that there's no actual benefit to it. Okay, we're gonna go for Big Skitterer Man when we the opportunity here. Yeah, I really think I only need to channel that for the 1 second. Okay, he died. Now, let's crack this open. And we should have 3 more we gotta rescue. We got the respawn point.
Nice find!
Oh, God. Another Zekvir empowered thing. I haven't died once, at least, which is nice. Shouldn't jinx myself, but...
Come here and recover some of your mana.
You're gonna get shredded if I stand there and take that.
I do not have a target.
There you go, though. Bursted the whole pack. That's what happens when I have all my cooldowns available. Actually able to do some work. Okay, let's reduce it, get the cooldowns back again. Got him dead. Well, should be dead. There we go. Yeah, I'm pretty sure my stuff now has dot effects on it, which is something you don't normally expect out of Arcane, but I think that's because of Spell Slinger here.
Mana is needed. I need mana first.
Come here and recover some of
Oh, it does cost mana. It's just very cheap. Again, mass barrier here costs 300,000 mana. Okay, everything is up and ready. Ah. Okay, casting Runic Shackles, Web Bolt. Gonna let him get that Curse of Agony off. I probably shouldn't. But now I have to interrupt every single one after this. Oh, I should have popped that. Oh, barely got that. I've used all my major cooldowns. This is not looking good. Okay, technically not every major cooldown. Alright, I won.
That wrong fan still got it. You're looking a bit rough. Take a wee rest.
I almost died. I don't know what it does, but it does something that deals like dot damage there at the end.
That's more like it.
Dude, man savagely put a bonfire underneath the boss corpse. It's like literally just roasting that thing alive. Yeah, so it's like, yes, I can complete a tier 8 on my own. It's just... Bleh. Amos of the Hidden Stars, 603 back. That's a nice... It's not a nice looking one, never mind. 3 out of 8 champion as opposed to 6 out of 8 veteran. It is a haste back, but it's major versatility. It's still more haste than I currently have. So the offset is I trade crit for versatility, which is not the best. But I gain a little bit more haste, and I gain a little bit more main stat and armor, as well as stam. So I think we go for it, especially because it has the potential to be upgraded more, and that should be better for me. Yeah, not terribly better, but better. And then that keeps me still at 594, but same thing like I was saying earlier, there is the potential to upgrade my gear and get more. So you can run that again, but given the fact that I actually have coffer keys, I should be doing bountifuls instead. I don't remember if you can... I think there is a limit, like you can only open like 5 per week or something like that, or maybe you only get 5 per week. In terms of keys, I don't remember how it works. Normally I don't do that many because like it's rare for me to actually sit down and do enough delves on my own to actually like trigger everything. So we're at least guaranteed 584 right now, but that's pretty crap. I need to up these. I need to get better stuff. So I'll definitely try to get some, maybe see if I can get some heroic or some mythic dungeons under my belt here. Problem is, even heroic stuff, heroic's not really going to drop me upgrades at this point. And actually what I need to do is delves, because delves often give trinkets in the chests.
Hello. May the stars guide you.
I don't know if there's a purchasable trinket that I can get that would be epic, but if I could, that would be nice. Validate like up to +6 or +7 mythic pluses. I don't think it's that high. Like, the issue I was having on my other mage is that the mythic like 3s and 4s were arguably better than the delves, but yeah, I mean, like, it is what it is. I see, you'd say invalidate. I would say not. I was done halfway through your delve. Listen, I did say, Creamy, if you got done early, you could come join me, so feel free to. I'm gonna do another one here if you want. Looks like Waterworks is bountiful at the moment. Throw Mr. Creamy an invite. There he is.
Bob says hi.
Hi, Bob. Bob can't say hi on his own in chat. Lasagna put the new cubes on the weekly ticket. I don't think that was a good idea for them. Wait, what do you mean new cubes? You mean like the blue cubes? Ah. Because that's the case. I mean, that'll help people get, I guess, get through it, but I'll say hi in chat. Hi, Burning. Oh,
I was looking for the toy vendor for the Halloween event. They have some stuff, but you need treats to.
yeah. What's the Headless Horseman's mount called?
Headless Horseman's Reigns, or Horseman's Reigns, I think it is. But
Headless Horseman's mount. Quite literally, Headless Horseman's mount.
yeah, it comes out of the bag.
Yeah, I somehow don't have it. I'm surprised.
Steve got it a couple days ago.
I know. I haven't managed to get it. I haven't been like religiously running it though. So I guess in theory I could run it on other characters. I've been trying to push this mage, trying to get him up above like item level 600. So that's been my biggest issue. Which I gotta start getting rid of this crappy like 584 epics. You can definitely get to the upper tiers. Chance to get the Arfus pet. I just got the Arfus pet earlier, and it was I got the achievement instead of the Lich King. It was the Lick King. Jimmy, are you a goblin right now? No, you're a gnome.
I'm a leper gnome.
You mean you're a lemur gnome?
Oh, leper. You'll see all the sickly green skin that I've got on me. I'm actually a small deformed orc.
I am out of range. Too far away.
Actually, goblin, I guess.
I require a target.
Appropriate.
Damn, did I not get any actual contribution for that? That's bad, man.
It burns us.
Did you already go in?
Yeah, I just went in now.
Oh, what the fuck is
this?
this?
First 200 kills worldwide defeat Queen Anne Circle on Mythic difficulty.
Wait, where's my free spot? I can't move anything if I have no free spot. There it is.
Oh, this is not moving.
Does it?
Yeah.
You underestimate how long it's going to take me to do this.
For me to go to my car and get my
Yeah, probably.
like days or
I fucking hate this. Dude, move over! What the shit? Oh my god. It will fight you? It is. What is going on? Oh my god, dude. There, Jesus. What am I doing? Bro, no, the sliding for this is just so terrible.
I've done this.
I've completed some of these like really fast, and this one's just like, hey, what if I made you mauled?
That's some Mountain Dew doo-doo for the holiday. That chat, crack open the cold one. Now. First taste isn't that great.
Hey, why can I not just slide these laterally? Fuck it. I feel like just giving up. This is just so fucking frustrating. Like, you can't slide anything in the direction you actually want.
It has to be obstructed the direction you want to go.
Yes. It's really fucking stupid. Go right, and I have it, and I... Oh my god, dude. I can't fucking stand this shit. This has got to be one of the worst one of the worst things that they have ever done. fuck off! Okay, I got a companion. Jesus. I'm sorry, chat. I was like stun locked by that. I did not wish to let that shit ass puzzle defeat me. You're inside, Creamy?
Yeah.
That device keeps us safe from the poison. Hold on to it.
God. Oh god, I almost didn't notice you because of your size. You just looked like another NPC.
Will drain whenever you take a step.
Shit. Talk to him if you can. I got no chill for this asshole.
I need to target something first.
Okay, so that's him. I think he's the only one. There's a rare over there in the corner. I don't know if you want it or not.
I'm impartial to it. Good pain to deal with.
That they are.
Keep up near me!
Got no chill for this asshole. Ghostbusters. Let it do. What did the puzzle cost you? Everything.
Oh, Bran's got your back.
Quite literally. Yeah, you can see we're already just moving through this at a higher clip than I moved through the other one.
I almost said the joking line I wanted to say, but I probably shouldn't.
Probably should not.
I do not have a target.
Yeah, I actually think this is more damage than my other spec. Because I think basically their stupid theoreticals value way too much the meteor proc. And the meteor proc is really nice. It does really solid damage when it hits. It doesn't hit so much on like moving targets. Let's just take him right here.
Well, I'm gonna take the one of them. Come on, buddy, you gonna help us out. You can be a typical trader. Yes, you are. You're a typical trader.
He is.
big boy, big trader.
See, Trader Joe.
That's right, his name is Joe now.
If he was a droid in Star Wars, would he be called
You're
TR-8R?
looking a bit rough. Take a wee rest.
Joe's my best friend. He's my little trader.
You gonna let him go or keep him?
Joe, how dare you? Well, I can't instantly keep him anymore.
A kill. Got it. I assume you're playing perfectly and have the best RNG in all regards. Yeah, no, so like what it really is, it's like, it's going to be good for like raid bosses that might largely stand still, but for everything else, the orb from Spellslinger is better, just in terms of how the proc works. And I tested it, because like, I was like, oh, well, maybe it's one of those deals where like, when the meteor occurs is not when it actually deals damage, but no, it actually is. You can just straight up miss dealing damage. So it's like, damn, that is really an overvalued proc that doesn't actually give a lot of capability. Now, I can still miss the orb proc, but I have to be not facing my target, which, unless I'm like trying to kite the enemy, I usually am. See, like right there.
I need mana first. Mana is needed.
How dare you knock me back, like, but...
Okay.
Your mana is looking low.
Your mana's looking low.
Here and recover some of your mana.
I think you can sneak him.
I probably could. Actually, yeah, we can. Old-fashioned. Let's see here.
We might be able to get by, but I'm gonna say let's kill the big boy. Probably gonna get a bat. Yep, we did. Sims assume you're perfect. You're playing perfectly, but yeah, that's kind of why. So it's like, this is the issue I've always had with like Theorycraft in that regard. You can sit there and you can go, well, on paper this deals the most damage, and you know what that means? That means dick. That literally means fuck all, because who cares what deals the most damage on paper? It's quite literally what deals the most damage. Did you get more aggro or just the bat? I'm moving through here. Yeah, we can stop and kill it. It'd be nice if it got cooked by the flames itself.
It's a special kind of fire. It's called player fire.
Yeah, pretty much.
You have to get 200 Time Warp badges in the Colorado Valley to get the mount. And that counts for like the dailies you can do. You get 10, but every win gives you 20, every loss gives you 10.
That device keeps us safe from the poison. Hold on to it.
I'm gonna fuck over big boy here.
You got to dodge.
You got to dodge. I can't do it, Captain. I don't have the power.
No battle cry for you.
Oh, you also interrupted him?
Yeah. Blazing quick.
I need mana
I got
first.
something you can suck that rhymes with wick.
Nick?
Nah, Rick.
Tick?
Suck. That'd be
I
ironic if sucking
require a
tick.
target.
That'll teach it. We're gonna have to get big boy there.
Recover some of your
Me like 2 seconds. Okay.
full of haste.
What's that haste you say?
I need to target something first. I do not have a target.
Let's take advantage of it.
Of course it's gone.
Careful! The totem's power will drain whenever you take a step.
Okay. Should be good for that. I think it's just him here, so yeah, we should be able to split this.
Interesting. The other one spawned.
Grab it. Make sure you drop it though.
Yeah.
Otherwise it'll combine with this one. That was the ash issue that one time we were running it. Oh my god, what the fuck? I don't know why he was hitting so hard.
Oh, you are hitting hard. Holy no. Oh, because there's fire.
Yeah, I think he exudes fire is the issue. Careful, he's hitting you.
Like laying it down.
I'm gonna nuke him. Screw cooldowns.
I require a target.
Oh, thanks, Bran. Thanks for waiting after combat to drop the potion. You're such a great healer.
Oh, there's one in the back if you need it, but...
Look around! There's treasure here!
Fiery barrier, observing 25% of your maximum health. Upon removal, the engine will repeatedly damage nearby enemies.
Nice fight!
Sounds delish.
That is. I'm gonna go put it over here.
Oh yeah, this trick.
Give us the most damage possible. My cooldowns are not back, so that's gonna be a problem, but, well...
How long?
It's still gonna be a bit, but, we can start.
Oh.
It's just gonna take me a minute to ramp, so I'm not gonna pop my bloodlust right away.
They'll maybe using that move!
Okay, here it is. Just don't die of fate if you need to.
You did, that's the thing.
Oh, don't worry, he coming. Haha, you fool. Okay, I see how it is.
I must get closer.
Oh no.
Did you fear him? Or did you just run?
I ran because that thing was coming down.
Yep.
Did I fear him? Let's see. Nope.
I need to target
Boom,
something
dead.
first.
Great vault slot unlock. Feels good, man. No problem, Field. Have a good one.
I have all that stuff done, but it's all tier 1 stuff. Bros.
Wait, what stuff?
The bottom rows actually will unlock as a world quests.
Yeah.
But you can just replace it over time.
Oh my god, gloves again? Bro. And they're worse. Actually, they're so bad, they're literally worse for every other spec. So I just get to just immediately dismantle that.
That's more like it.
Unbreakable Iron Idol.
A trick.
If only you could trade it.
Gotta like drink some kind of poison and jump his antidote and
wait, what's it called?
something concoction?
I was gonna say, because there is one that has like a bunch of different effects and it's actually really good. You have to do them. That is the problem. But
Drink vial and let the toxins course through your veins, increase all secondary stats by 1344 for 3 seconds. Don't do this for yourself at the end of the effect. If the antidote is not administered before the end of the effect, you'll be stunned for 5 seconds.
well, the postmaster recovered a gray item for me.
I have many lucky
It was a gray item that
life.
sold for 20 gold. I was like, oh, okay. I guess I'll take that. You see, that's a trinket, but that's not a higher item level trinket.
Fine.
An inn?
Farewell,
I can get you to
fellow
one.
trouble.
Candy buckets.
Why do you need the candy?
They give you the trick or treat, the sticky treats that you can use as currency to buy stuff from the vendor for the Halloween event.
Well,
The Headless Horseman Hearthstone effect is kind of cool.
yeah, I may or may not have gotten rid of all of it. That's okay. Really, like I said, the only thing I actually probably want is the mount. And I assume that's drop only.
It's it comes out of the bag that you get once a day.
Is it once a day warband or once a day per character?
Per character. So,
So
can
you're
run it a bunch of
saying
times.
I can queue on my mage,
So I do every day. I
my
get on.
other mage.
I get on every day. I do my profession stuff. Then I queue for Headless. Then I do the 3 bosses, and then I go to the next guy and do the exact same thing. I do that for 4 characters. I do that every day.
Wait, you do the alchemy on 4 characters?
Professions, because I got
Oh,
alchemy, tool crafting, now leatherworking too.
I still don't really understand the whole work orders thing. I probably need to like just sit down with you at some point and have you guys teach me, because it's just really fucking weird and unintuitive to me. Like, I get what they are, I don't get how it works, really.
You have the materials, craft them for NPCs. They give you rewards. Just focus on the ones that give you knowledge. That's what I do.
Yeah. Okay, so let's queue up for Headless. For the Headless Human. Unfortunately, Headless queues are kind of long sometimes. Like, I've had them be like 1 minute, and then I've had them be like 10. How's it going, Hal? Thank you for the 15. Hope you're doing good.
Mine already for my character. Except for the Shaman, who can't queue on Alliance and Horde.
Yeah. This will actually be the first week that I don't think I get like anything on my main. Well, what was my main? Yeah, apparently I did a world activity, which must have been Chromie? Actually, I don't know. I don't know what that would be. Either make a work order or put it in so you get whatever specialization to make. a certain in-demand item for work orders, or you want something made, get the mats and put in said order and get it made for your specifications. Yeah, that's... I don't like that you have to provide the mats. Like, I get it, but also at the same time, that requires me to go look it up, go buy it, go grab it, and it's like, that just feels like it heavily incentivizes anybody selling the materials rather than the item itself.
The NPC craft orders, they sometimes they supply materials.
I will see you through the shadow.
Snuffling? Oh God.
You are acknowledged.
Oh, there we go. Headless pumped. Used to not have to, but people were being asses about it. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'd rather you just craft the fucking item, put it up on the auction house, and I just buy it. Saves me so much of the fucking trouble. And it feels like the alternative is it just lets the crafter be fucking lazy.
Oh, the crafting order allows you to...
It is over. Your search is done. Let fate choose now. The righteous one.
Just directly to your mailbox. Like there's certain professions who want that their final craft.
Jesus, we slaughtered him. Holy crap, that is the fastest I have ever seen him die. He didn't live. He couldn't have lived longer than like 10 seconds. Because I barely got through any of my spells. Cosmetic. The golem belt. That's actually not terrible looking. And the sinister squashling is unfortunately maxed out. I cannot do that. Okay, leave the instance group, and I guess we can queue up for it on the Evoker? To the Fallen Knight. Dude, I find it funny how everybody has, like, his lines memorized, which tells me that they have been doing him way too long, and they need to change what he says. Don't forget your 4 curses for the fight. What does that mean? I have no idea what that means. To let people make usually bind on pickup items. Yeah, so while I understand that, do you know what a better alternative is? Don't make the item bind on pickup. I know, it's shocking. It's like, it's a wild concept. Don't make it bind on pickup. And I'm sure they're like, well, we don't want people reselling it. I don't fucking care. You've made it a pain in the ass for literally everyone now. All because you don't want someone reselling your shit. And that's the thing. It's like, if you catch someone reselling it, then I'm sorry. Don't ever fucking craft for them again. Blacklist them. It gives you more loot. So what does that mean? At the entrance. Huh? Is there like something where you gotta like turn on curses for the fight or some shit?
Oh, that's what the Wickerman thing are for. Oh.
What, doing curses?
Yeah, I guess you interact with them, they make the boss stronger and it gives more loot, whatever. I just
Yeah.
never thought about it, never cared, because, I mean, he's not the one that drops the good stuff. It's the
Right.
bag now. Drops rings. Cool.
I'm surprised there were only 3 raids for Dragonflight. That is a weird fucking headpiece. Like that back though. And staff. Oh, that staff looks nice. Oh, that back looks interesting too. Like a flame cloak. So you're saying that I have now doomed this group.
It is over. Your search is done. Let fate choose now. The righteous one.
Yeah, this group's gonna hate me.
Come forth, my minions! Unleash your breath! Choke them with the stench of death!
What? Oh my god. Why did I turn these on?
Come forth, my minions! Unleash your breath! Choke them with the stench of death!
Jesus.
What new adventure lies in store?
Rip, you lost your curses? Wait, how do you lose your curses? Do you have to like complete it fast enough? Because so that kind of sucks. I assume they made this system to make the gathering professions better. Gathering has always been strong in WoW. Don't let anyone ever tell you otherwise. Like, all the way from Classic, Gathering has been strong. Maybe at some point it wasn't. Like, maybe... So, like, maybe because of the garrisons and, like, Draenor? Like, I could see that being a case. But, otherwise, like, nah, Gathering's always been really freaking good. At 10 stacks, you lose the buff and don't get the extra rewards. Well, the problem is, like, I don't know how you're supposed to avoid getting hit by those purple things, because they literally are just on your character. So you're naturally going to take some damage there. Yeah, but they're player-based AoE. Like, they literally just, as you move, it moves with you. Garrison's Butchered Gathering, I see. Well, see, to me, what they should have done then is they should have made Garrisons give, like, other things that were not, you know, normal gathering, right? Like, come up with some sort of new currency or thing. That is some fucking gear, girl. Jesus. The spread mechanic? What do you mean? Like, I get that you're not supposed to stand on top of each other and not get hit by each other's stuff. If that's what you're saying, that makes sense, but... Okay, Vault of the Incarnates. Evoker. Huh. I like how I complained about the queue times for this thing, and it's just been, like, near instant. Purple is not avoidable. You just don't stack to get multiple hits. Yeah, that's what I figured. Someone has declined the invite. You've been returned to the queue, and now it will take fucking forever because it's gonna literally... Okay, I was gonna say, I've had it where it just returns you to the queue and it totally gives you a different group. Like, sorry, it doesn't give you a different group. It gives you no group. It's like, start over the queue again. Oh boy, I can't wait to die horrifically.
It is over. Your search is done. Let fate choose now. The righteous one.
I'm out of range. It's too far away.
Come forth, my minions! Unleash your breath! Choke them with the stench of death!
It's too far away. I need to get closer.
Jesus, dude. I can dodge all the stuff. It's dodging it and keeping my DPS up is rough.
Lies in store.
Undead female mask. Guys, my loot from this place has just been atrocious. I don't get jack shit from him. Like I said, the pet's the only thing I've gotten. Your dental health is so bad, yeah. Lowers your max HP. Oh, that's nasty. But okay, chat. That is going to be it for me tonight. We have done everything we could do. Tomorrow, like I said, it's probably going to be no WoW. We're going to be doing FGO and then the Wilds beta. So I'm looking forward to that. It actually should be out now for all of you guys. So I hope you guys go check it out and enjoy it. But again, let me see who all's on, and I'll send us somewhere where we can spread the love. Mr. C's on, so I'll send you guys his way. He's doing it himself, so he can give us his impression. But again, Thank you guys for being here. Don't forget your clocks turn back if you guys are in the States this weekend. And again, happy Halloween. So I'll see you guys for the next one. Go give Mr. CZ my love and have a good spooky night.